Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ready Steady Play. It's a bit of a late one today because Chris and I have been doing some technical finagling to get Rainbow Six Siege, the board game, running on our live stream.
Yes, we were gonna do Gloomhaven, but we thought we'd take the opportunity to jump into this because it is only live on Kickstarter for 9 days.
And in typical mythic tradition, they're only giving you like 9 days to decide if this is something you'd like to get involved in or not. So we learned the rules, and now we're ready to play.
Literally over the last 3 hours, we've sat down, learned the rules, and had a quick practice round. So wish us luck.
Yeah, well, exactly. And we probably won't do too much of a rules explaining in this. But it's a... I guess what we can say just initially, and here's Tabletop Simulator. So what we can say initially is it's a scenario-based game. It's head-to-head. It does have a 2v2 mode and a 2v1 mode, but they're definitely variants of what seems to be the intended gameplay, which is to say head-to-head. One player is attackers, which is blue. The other player is defenders in orange. And you've got like 15 characters on each side that are specific people with actual unique abilities, unique to them. They all have names as well. And so you can start the game by picking a team of 5. Each scenario comes with a recommended team of 5, but you can pick the team of 5 you want to go in with, and then you will start the game, and it is actually a real-time game. You can see in the bottom left we've got a little app there all set up, which is possibly the thing that was most difficult to set up, but we need the real-time app to time our turns, which is absolutely nuts. We had it on initiation mode, and we're like, if this practice round goes well, we can escalate to the difficulty known as calm. And it didn't go well, so we're not going to do that.
we ran out of time, both of us. Well, actually, Mike even more so. Although ran out of time. Although I more so ran out of people. So
it's true. Hey, Heger and Difters as well. I see you in chat now. I had my chat out of sight, but yeah, the practice game was an absolute massacre. So hopefully we've learned some valuable lessons.
I've learned that as attackers, you don't just charge straight in. But I was going to say, yes, it's based on the Rainbow Six Siege video game, which I have played about 10 hours of or so. And it is good, I enjoy it, but it's a very highly skill based FPS. So I just didn't have. I already play a lot of Warzone regularly with a regular crew, so I just didn't have the time to invest in getting really competitive at another FPS. But it seems to be a reasonably faithful adaptation so far from what I've seen, from what I've experienced thus far.
And I never played Rainbow Six Siege, but I played the original Rainbow Six games back in the original Rainbow Six FPSs back before Siege was a thing, and I remember it was very ruthless. It was kind of like you had to behave tactically to get sight first, because pretty much if you were shot at, you died. And that seems to be quite similar in this version of the game as well.
Yeah, indeed.
Some people were indeed getting one shot, while others could take sort of two shots and then they would go down. So it's very, very, very ruthless.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to give a very basic overview just of how the structure of a round, so to speak?
Yeah. Okay. So I think actually what is an... Oh, do you know what we didn't do, Chris? We didn't figure out how the bombs work. Okay. Well, if you want to have a quick look at the rules for that, Chris, and see if you can find any elucidating information, I'll explain what that is and why that's a problem, and also I'll give a little overview of how this works. So you can win the game in 3 ways, if I recall correctly. One is by... I can't remember what the third way is, actually, but one of this is completely eliminating the other.
It's two ways. It's 2 ways.
Is elimination, it just 2 ways?
Elimination or objective.
So it's elimination, wipe out the other team, which we joked that would be basically what we would be doing, because that's how the video game almost always ends. And then we found that was proving to be the case, actually. But also the other is the objective. And in this mission, we've got 2 bombs, and you have to defuse the bombs. So Chris has to get his attackers, the blue team, next to the bombs, and then they go into disarming side. And if I don't kill them and set the bomb back up quick enough, the game will end in his favor. although we don't know exactly how long that takes, so that's what we're figuring out. But you each get 5 guys, and on a turn, or rather, a round is 4 turns, and a turn begins with the attackers and then goes to defenders, then it goes back to attackers and defenders again. And in a turn you activate up to 3 of your 5 operatives, and they can take a move action plus 2 additional actions. And then when they're finished what they're doing, you flip over, you flip over these little tokens here, so you can track who's been activated and who hasn't. So ideally, within the 2 turns you get in a round, you would activate all 5 characters, either doing them in a set of 2 and then 3, or 3 and then 2. However, of course, the game is real time and you might not have that opportunity, so you also need to think about prioritizing and what the characters are going to do. There is over here a game aid that shows all the different actions that a player can take. So you can see move there. An operative automatically does a move during their activation. And they have 2 additional actions they can do, which include run, which means additional movement. Overwatch, where they go into Overwatch and they can shoot at enemies that move into their line of sight. Then there's shoot, where you just shoot at an enemy. The use of a tactical gadget, which is a grenade or something like that. We have all kinds of gadgets that I'm sure you'll discover during the playthrough. Also destroy, and destroy is all about barriers and things like that. So, you know, I've set up all these obstacles for Chris's team to negotiate through, and he can destroy them with this action. And you can also destroy things like cameras and stuff like that. I've got cameras so I can catch sight of him as well, and you will want to get rid of those. And then there's use special gadget, which actually refers to special abilities on a player's board. You can see here on Pulse, he's got 2 actions right there under Cardiac Sensor. That's his special ability, what he can do, and so he's going to be doing those as a special action. And then over here you can see our tactical inventory, so we'll pick some stuff to have during the setup of the game, and this is our special gadgets. But I mean, the way the game works is actually fairly straightforward. When you move, you can move 5 spaces, then you can move orthogonally and diagonally, which is a little unusual, and it took us a little bit to get our head around, but you got your little soldier here, and they'll move across the board, and you can also move over obstacles for the cost of extra movement, like that. But what you've also got when you're moving around is this ability to lean out from around corners. So if you're hiding back here, you can actually grab a little lean token, give up a movement to lean out, and that gives you some cover while you're still shooting, which is pretty neat. There's also an additional ability where you can move through these gray arrows here, and you'll actually go to an upper level of the same building, but it's abstracted. So this is the upper level up here, and characters will go up there, and then they can do all kinds of things like spy on enemies down below, or a lot of characters have special actions that allow them to, or special gadgets that allow them to interact with the lower level when they're up there, including identifying where enemies are, or even shooting down. You can also, of course, shoot, and shooting is pretty straightforward. You know, you pick a target, and then you have to check your line of sight. And line of sight is drawn from these little white dots here to the white dot on the other table. So I think they're going to have special rulers for this in the Kickstarter, but basically, in this game, we can just use the Tabletop Simulator ruler here to just come and draw a line of sight like that. And, you know, if you are behind some cover there, and basically, if the line of sight goes over cover, then they get some additional protection. There isn't actually, as far as I'm aware, any rules for the fact for I'm in cover and you're not in this instance. Basically, Mute would be shooting over the obstacle there to hit Sledge. Everyone's got little names there, you see. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. You can also go into Overwatch as an action. I don't know if that was listed there, but when you go into Overwatch, you get to put one of these tokens out, and if anyone moves into your line of sight, then you will automatically shoot them on their turn, interrupting their turn. And line of sight is 180 degrees in front of you, so Mute will have any line of sight to anyone sort of entering from the side of the room Sledge is in, but if Sledge enters the room behind him, say by busting through this barricade, Mute won't actually get to use his Overwatch to shoot him. So that's how this little Overwatch token works. And something else that you can do is interact with the board in various different ways that are quite interesting. So, for example, you can see here we've got light walls. These provide light protection, but they also block line of sight. However, what this means is that if you get pinged, for example, if a camera spots you, and maybe this is the wrong way around, but if Sledge is over here and this camera spots him, he'll actually get pinged, which means my team knows where he is, and then Mute can actually shoot through this light wall here with his powerful gun and actually damage Sledge that way. There's also a heavier wall, like a reinforced wall, I believe it's called, which is this one over here with the red dot and the line through it. I can't shoot through that if my enemy is pinged, but enemies can breach that. So if they have the ability to destroy red diamonds, and I think some of Chris's characters do, maybe Sledge does.
Thermite can do it.
Thermite can do it with his special action there. So you can see he's got perform a destroy red. It's quite rare.
Destroying reinforced walls, which is what the red ones are, is very, very unusual. It's like it's only a special ability can do it in the video game as well. If you reinforce a wall, it requires like someone like Thermite to do it.
So in this case, you could also use a breach charge. You can see that's got the red destroy symbol on it, so that'll get you through these red diamond things. The walls that have no symbols on at all are impenetrable. You just can't deal with those. You have to go around them or whatever. And so Sledge could bash in through here, and he'd create what's called a breach, which is this thing here, and now the wall is treated as an obstacle instead of a wall.
That's red. That's actually red. Sledge actually couldn't break that unless he used
unless he used a breach charge.
Yeah.
But so he'd need some special way to get through there. But
everybody can destroy level yellow obstacle thing. They're not dividers. They're not called obstacles. The other thing is called obstacles, such as the barricades. But some characters, such as Sledge, can destroy
orange things too.
Regular walls. What are they called? They're called light walls.
Light walls. Yeah.
Light wall, yeah.
So I mean the yellow obstacle or the yellow barriers here, and there's various other yellow bits and pieces. They are useful to me because Chris does have to spend time destroying them. It is one of the actions he takes during an activation. And Difter asks if there's friendly fire. There's not, but your allies block your line of sight.
Exactly, and there is friendly fire insofar as if you threw a grenade indiscriminately, then it would hit both. It would hit. Splash damage could hit your targets, could hit your allies.
A good example as well here is this character Smoke, who throws gas grenades, and it says here that you place the gas overlay, which is quite large actually. It's here. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure how this is meant to be sort of manifested. I guess it covers 2 tiles, or do you think it's supposed to cover 3?
No, it said between 2 and 4. So I don't know if that's I don't know. Maybe it's meant to be like a cross, like a crisscross, like two pieces of cardboard that intersect like that.
Yeah, I think it is, because you can see on the image here. But you can see here that it says anyone who moves around in the gas takes damage, and that's operators who I called them operators, whatever. Anyone who moves around in the gas.
I guess you could do that.
Will take a damage that could hurt my friend.
You could knock it down. Oops. Sorry, that was not what I meant to do at all. So as far as that bomb objective thing, I think they've made a mistake in the rulebook, because under the other 2 objective types, where's it gone? I've lost it now. Hang on. Under the other 2 objective types, it actually specifically has victory conditions, a victory conditions section, and that is missing from the bomb mission. But I have worked out how I think it works.
All right. What do you want to give us some insight into what you think it is?
Yeah, what I believe is, because basically, if at the end of any round the bomb, so what happens is if I defuse one bomb, because the bombs are connected to each other, it says the other one just vanishes from the game. It's not considered part of the game anymore. And then if the one I disarmed is still disarmed at the end of the round, at the end of the entire round, then we move into the overtime round, regardless of whether we were on round 1 or round 5. And then that's just what it says. So my assumption is if it's still disarmed at the end of overtime, I win regardless of how many operators I have left, as long as I'm not wiped out.
And what happens if I reset the bomb? Do we go back to the round we'd been on?
Then I don't think so. That was across my mind. I assume then whoever the ends, whoever has the most operators surviving left standing wins, or either that, or maybe it's considered tie and therefore defenders win.
Huh.
We might just have to.
I would have thought that maybe the idea here is that you have to hold it for sort of like a round. So maybe like if you grabbed it on round 2 and then we went to overtime, maybe if I flip it back, we go back to like round 3 or something, and then we just proceed.
I don't think that you go back because there's no way of tracking that.
I mean, I suppose not, unless you remember that you went from round 3 to overtime, and then you could go back to 4.
Yeah,
there's
if you remember.
5 rounds in the game, guys. Over here, there's this.
While you were talking, I tried going through on the app, just doing a fake game basically, and I put us into overtime. And when you start overtime, hang on, let me just kill 2 of our operators each. If you start overtime, it's just normal round basically. And you end overtime, and yeah, you're not allowed to go to next turn. You're forced to end the game. So definitely, there's no going back.
Oh.
So I'm pretty confident that I'm correct in that if at the end of overtime the bomb is just defused, I win, as long as I've got someone left living. What I don't know is if you because I assume why I would do is I defuse the bomb and then basically set up the perimeter, right? And you have to kind of get in there somehow with all which is kind of reversing the roles, and you'll have only one round then to kind of fix it. What I don't know then is if you do rearm the bomb, yeah, presumably you win then. Presumably that's just you win then. Because even if you've 1 guy left and I have 5 guys left, the bomb goes off is the point, right? So the terrorists win.
The defenders win, Chris.
They're called terrorists in the video game.
Well, in this they're called defenders.
But look, if we the worst case scenario is there's an outcome where we are assuming you win, but we're not 100% sure. And when the full rulebook comes out, if it turns out that I actually won, I'll be sure to let you know. It's fine. But we'll still have a good time.
What happens if we're in overtime and the bomb is defused and I kill all your people?
Then you just win immediately.
Right.
By default, right? The bomb would have to be defused, and I'd have to have 1 man left on the table.
Right. Yeah, so
I think. But again, if we find out we're wrong, I'll claim a posthumous victory at a later date.
I don't know about this comment. What is better, theater or film? Why am I representing film?
You studied film.
Is that why? I guess that makes sense.
And I studied theater. This makes perfect sense.
Well, I did performing arts at A level.
And your one is derived from my one.
So so we've got various things around the board here anyway. Barricades and barbed wire and cameras and stuff, but I'm sure all of that will become apparent as we go through the game. So
we will explain why things are happening when they happen.
At least relatively. We will have to, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess the other thing is like I'm gonna set up using these hidden tokens. So you can see here I got 2 tokens for each of my characters. Come on, why is there it is. I don't know why that's like that, but there we go. And one side has my dude and the other side has nothing on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these up so that they're secret and Chris doesn't know where my dudes are, because the defenders start hidden. I can actually also take a hide action to become hidden again, but I don't know if I'll actually wind up doing that. We'll see.
Weirdly enough, the hide action is an optional module, but we decided it makes sense to play with it because it's an important part of the game, I think.
Well, there's 3 optional modules, which, I mean, generally speaking, I'm not like a huge fan. When they're like, hey, just play with the... Because they're like, these are all interchangeable, just play with the ones you like. which I guess is fine, because, I mean, the funny thing is, if they were like, this is the advanced mode, implement them all, and then we did that, and there was one I didn't like, I'd just take it out. I'd just be like, it's my game, I'm not playing with that. But ultimately, like, I do prefer it when they're like, here's the advanced mode, here's the basic mode, this is the sort of full way to play. So they're like, there's 3 modules, and you can add these different modules. One is an advanced setup mod that gives the defender more flexibility during deployment, which we're not going to use because I don't think we need to, and I don't need to think about anything else. There's also the hide mod, which is basically that my characters can become hidden again. And then there's the snapshot mod, which we decided also was probably a bit too much for us on our first play. And also, Chris thought it would make the decision making actually less interesting, which may well be the case, but we'll have to try it out at some point.
Yeah. Cool. So should we, as I said, we'll explain kind of why things are happening as we go. Do you want us to get cracking then?
Evening, Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan. And hello, Max. Smrax Karpov. I think I'll say Max. Hello, Max. Russian is watching you. Cool. You ready to go then?
Yep, I think so. I think I'm ready to go.
So the very first thing we do is we get 5 charge tokens each, and we're each going to select 5 things in our tactical inventory. This is meant to be done in secret, so I shall zoom into my tactical inventory and see what I want to take.
Yeah, and I will do likewise.
So these, the tactical inventory are basically these are considered to be items commonly shared by all your operators. So any of your operators can spend these for an action on their turn.
I'm done.
Already? I'm just trying to make one last decision about if I want to take that or not. I think I probably do. It might be quite useful. You know what? I am going to take that, I think. So let's move that to there. Let's move that to there. Cool. I'm done as well.
Great.
So I've taken 2 drones, 1 breach charge, 1... Oh, so that frag grenade was meant to be in the smoke grenade section. Apologies. I put in the wrong section. And 1 claymore.
How does claymore work?
It's basically... Where is it? Where are they? They're over here somewhere. There they are. So it basically, if you step into the laser, which is the adjacent space, it blows up. I think it does 2 red dice to you. Operator may deploy a claymore adjacent free space with the arrow on the token pointing towards an orthogonally placed adjacent space. The claymore is tripped and explodes when an operator enters or deploys a gadget in either the space containing the claymore or the space indicated by the arrow. And then you will take damage from 2 red dice.
So basically what you're saying is if you dump it out here, it actually only affects it and the space immediately in front of it, even though it looks like the laser should go all the way across the room.
Yes.
Okay.
If you've ever seen claymores in video games, the lasers don't go very far.
Ah. Oh yeah, they're usually a little triangle, aren't they?
Precisely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, the smoke bomb is... does smoke just block line of sight?
Blocks line of sight, yeah.
And the breach charge and 2 drones. Very good.
You took 2 bulletproof cameras, 3 nitro cells, and that's it.
Yep. I'm just gonna blow you up with hand grenades. That's my plan. See if it works. So the nitro cells are grenades. You can throw them within line of sight up to 6 spaces. They do 2 damage to the space they landed and 1 damage to each adjacent space, and that will hit friendlies. And you've got bulletproof camera as well, which is basically just a regular camera, except regular cameras can be shot at a distance, whereas these ones, bulletproof cameras require you to actually go up and smash them. So they have to be next to them.
Yeah. Cool. So, okay, then we're done. So the next thing is just going to read it from the rulebook because I can't remember the exact order of setup yet. This is only our first game after all. Here it is. So yes, we picked our thingies. First, okay, so next is I think you start your timer, right? We start your timer, basically.
Right, so the order will be I can move 5 things around. Then
Yeah.
I put out any tactical inventory that's deployed during setup.
And so any special gadgets from your peeps, so from your
In this case, the
operators.
bulletproof cameras.
No, so that's actually that's step 3. This is mute stuff, for example.
Okay, so the operators first. So
Yeah,
I've got two operators
doesn't massively matter, but
that do setup stuff, and then I'll do the tactical inventory at the end.
And then you'll place your 10 hidden operators. So if you're ready, I'll hit start. And I'll talk you through each step anyway. You've got 30 minutes for setups, which you're not going to need. It's fine.
I'm not allowed to move the bombs, people. So don't ask me to move the bombs.
You ready to go?
Max, sounds like you're hot over there, man. I'm glad that we've got a bit of a cooler week this week in Britain.
Yeah, it's really cooled down actually quite a bit.
A little too much, actually. I'd like a little bit more summer.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. Maybe be nice. But at least you're not burning under your lights right now.
This is true. All right.
So I'm gonna hit deployment.
I've refreshed my coffee and I'm ready to go.
And then you can. So here we go.
Oh my god!
30 minutes.
Oh my god!
So now you may reposition or remove from the game board up to 5 components set up during the mission selection setup, except for obstacles and mission-specific tokens.
Right. Obstacles being these desks and things, which I literally actually can't move anyway.
Yeah, and tabletop sim, you literally can't move them.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I had, so I'm doing the character... No, I'm moving these things first, right?
Yeah. So you could change this barrier to this door, for example.
So I actually moved this barrier over here in the practice game, and I think that was a good idea. I liked that. This barbed wire. I feel like barbed wire really sucks for you. It's actually great. I feel like maybe I'll put the barbed wire over here. If anyone's wondering, by the way, Chris has to come in through these windows. He starts outside in the black void. He can also come in through the roof, though, by using these blue points to go into the upper level and then come down these gray positions here. That where I want that? Ugh, if I... actually, do I? Oh my god. I feel like this camera, I feel like moving this camera is a good idea. So change the facing of this camera so now it's looking into this room instead of that room.
Which room? Which one's this at?
The camera's looking into the bomb room. So that's 2 things I've moved. 3 things I've moved. So I can move 2 more things if I want to. Oh. And this is all set up according to the
scenario.
The scenario guidelines, exactly.
I assume that there's going to be room for like total setup, total freedom or something. Quite likely. If not, you could just do it if you want yourself anyway, if you really want to. One of the modules was actually advanced. I think allowed the defender to move 10 things. I think.
Yeah, which I was a bit like, about because. You know, it's I like how the cameras don't have a line of sight. Like, if I put the camera here, I can see you come in, like, anywhere. Okay.
I mean, it's better than having crazy line of sight rules for cameras.
Yes, I know. I agree completely. I'd much rather have it this way.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's fine. Then I've moved 4 things, so I'll move on to, I'm going to move on to my...
Next phase, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to move So these are my signal disruptors here, and they're one of Mute's special powers. Oh, look, I can get rid of us. Whee! Bye-bye! So you guys can see. And Mute is got this function here where he has these signal disruptors that stop the use of electronic gadgets. And this is most notably important because he prevents the use of breach charges. So that's good. So let's go ahead and put one of them. They are easy to destroy.
They're easy to destroy, but they're also incredibly good.
Yeah. We'll put that one over there. I'm going to put this one here. And so as you guys can see, there's actually a red back, which is the negative side, and then the pictured side is the side it's facing. I presume these are tabletop simulator interpretations of how these will function in the actual board game. I'm assuming they'll be clearer in that. And then I guess this last one here.
Jonathan, this game does the way it gets across location knowledge in two ways. So for the attackers, they've abandoned the concept of knowing or not knowing where the attackers are. The attackers team is always fully visible. The defenders team each of Mike's operators have 2 tokens. One is a decoy and one is the legitimate token of where that operator is. So there's 2 possible locations they can be in. He'll move both of them normally, effectively, and they can both enter Overwatch. They can both move about, and it's not until they either do an action that's prohibited to a hidden operator, or until I do something to reveal them, that they will become revealed. The other way in which they're doing it is they have this ping. It's actually called locator, but we keep calling it ping. So these locator item tokens, so we can locate each other. For example, Mike can locate me via his cameras. I can locate him via my drones. If you play the video game, you know those little drones that you start the mission by driving in. And there's a few people have special abilities. Like Pulse has a special ability to ping people and stuff. And if you ping someone or locate them, you then are allowed to shoot them through either light walls or barricades, as if line of sight is no longer broken by barricades or light walls for that particular located target for the rest of the round. So that's kind of how they've done it. I think the locate system sounds pretty good. I liked it in the practice round we had. I also like the whole defenders. I think having 2 possible locations is better. It's a nice way of kind of having that uncertainty without having to have an insane hidden movement system, which is going to be overly complex in a game that's not really about hidden movements primarily. Mm-hmm. I lament the fact that the attackers can't be hidden, but we haven't played a full game yet, so let's see. Does Ash have shootable breach? I'm not playing with Ash. Where's Ash? Ash's over here somewhere. I definitely saw it.
Is Ash? Which? Oh,
Ash is here. Yeah. Target a space. Breaching rounds. Target a space in line of sight. Ignore a single barrier, and select a space orthogonally adjacent to the target space. Perform the destroy action. Yes, she has good ranged. But everyone can breach at a distance, it seems, because the rulebook does not specify as having line of sight. It doesn't specify having adjacency. Which makes sense, I guess, because in the game you can shoot the barricades out. I don't think in the game can you shoot out light walls. I can't remember. You can. I suppose you can, because you can definitely shoot through them. But can you shoot them to the point that you can walk through them? And like Sledge's ability, for example, Jonathan, because they have there's no time. Obviously, in the video game, Sledge's thing is he breaks things quicker than other people do. But because just breaking things is just an action in this board game rather than something that takes X amount of time, Sledge's ability is kind of been transformed into he destroys something and attacks something on the other side of it at the same time for free, which is kind of cool. Like at first glance, I think that it's a good adaptation. At first glance, was it a good game? No idea. We'll find out. And what I do know from having played a practice round is that it might look like Mike is taking a long time over this, but deployment does take a lot of thought.
Yeah, it's very involved, and the game actually I think is going to be pretty quick, especially, well, it's on a timer. We have 10 minutes per round. That's 10 minutes for both turns. 5 minutes per turn per round. So at best it's 20 minutes a round. And so anyway, Chris, I went ahead and did like all of my stuff while you were chit-chatting because you didn't pause the timer, so I had to get on with it. But also I still have 20 minutes. It's fine.
I wasn't worried. I wasn't concerned about your time for this. Also, that's why I was talking. I was letting you concentrate.
Yeah, but I had to pay it. Anyway, so I've
I'm sorry.
Rook has protection plates that he gives out, 3 of them. They're just extra hit points. So everyone got, these characters got extra hit points. Yeah. I still have to deploy all my team actually as well. I've also put a bulletproof camera. I think it was one here. No, that's not it. Where did I put them? I put one. I've put one here in the pool room. There's a bulletproof camera there, and I think I put one here in the room here with the coffee table.
Yeah. We're in the pool room and which room?
Coffee table room. This one here.
Is that a coffee table?
An incense table maybe. Are these cups of coffee or are they little bowls? I don't know.
Genuinely
is that a pot?
No idea.
Is this a cup on a saucer, or is it a vortex donut on a plate?
It looks like a really weird Art Deco thing. No idea what that is. No idea what that is.
No idea what this is. No.
Let's not worry ourselves about it.
Incidentally, as well, a lot of characters actually have abilities they can use when they're on the upper level, and they'll refer to rooms on the lower level. So you can see some rooms have these arrows indicating that this is a room that's somehow accessible to the upper level. This will be maybe due to weak flooring or a ventilation or something. And some rooms, and some rooms like this one don't. Yeah, it's unclear whether when they're on the upper level they're on the roof or they're on a second floor.
They're on the second floor, it does say in the rulebook. And also, if they're in the roof, then it would be much less realistic that I can have 2 people up there and you can have 2 people up there and they can't see each other.
Well, I was about to say. So there's this function that where the people on the upper level don't interact with one another typically. Although I think I have a character with a special rule that allows for that. I'm not sure.
And there is another way in which they can end up interacting with each other as well.
Oh yeah, a complicated way that we'll get to if it comes up. Okay, so yeah, chat seems to think it's a top-down vase. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say now I'm going to deploy my folks, I think.
Mm-hmm. So in the video game, the upper floor, I mean, I think some of the levels possibly even have 3 floors and a roof on top of that, like an actual roof, and you can abseil up to the roof, and you can abseil down the roof and jump in an upper story window, that kind of stuff. But they've rather than having insanely complicated line of sight, multiple levels with insane line of sight rules, they've elected to have one main floor and then kind of abstract the concept of an upper floor. Which I quite like. I quite like as an idea. I think it's a very clever answer to the idea. Again, is it going to translate into fun gameplay? That's what we're here to find out.
Chris, I think we're going to have to use our honor system with these damn hidden tokens. So for some reason, whoever designed this has made these snap to the grids, so you can't really put them in the space they're supposed to be in.
I did find
it is
ways
possible
to fix it.
To drop them in, but I think I'm going to be futzing with these all stream.
This is one of my... If you right-click and clone... The clone, for some reason, sometimes goes in the right place, but not this time. So, nope.
Well, that's fine.
Anyway, he's there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it actually makes a difference. The point is 2 people can be up here. It makes a difference.
If you are uncertain where anyone is intended to be, just check with me, and I'll be obviously honest about it, because I'm not a cheater.
You can right-click and ungrid it. Thank you very much.
Uh-oh, I think the game just crashed. On my side.
Possibly. I'm still in.
Maybe it was OBS that crashed? My computer's having a hard time with something. We seem to still be on Skype okay.
The stream seems to still be going. I had a quick look, unless I'm behind, which is possible. The timer's not moving anymore, which I should pause anyway.
Mm-hmm. Please do. Yeah, I don't know the.
Can chat still hear us? You've been kicked out of TTS. You're not in the game with me anymore.
Okay, I have.
Yeah.
My computer's definitely hanging on something.
Stream is still going. Okay, cool. So it's just Tabletop Sim has crashed. but we're still here.
XCV, I have a cooling pad for the laptop actually. So there is that. Yeah, this is a new one. I've not seen this before, where everything is still kind of running, but it's all frozen.
But at least if I can stay in TTS, the game state will still here, and you can just jump back in.
Well, yeah, maybe make a save.
Sure. The last time I tried to make a save, it crashed my TTS.
That's true. Dutch Montana, thanks for the. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello. We back? Yes, I think we're back.
We're back.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. There's an awful lot of technology going on here to make this happen. And so, yeah, I guess my computer gave up the ghost. Everybody, touch wood, hope my computer holds it together for the remainder of the stream. Unfortunately, we have to play fast, because it's actually real time.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm turning your timer back on.
Oh my god, it's on. So I have to deploy my peeps. Oh yeah, I was right in the middle of putting Rook here in this, whatever this is, this kitchen.
Or is it Rook? Maybe it's decoy.
I like how Rook's icon is supposed to be like a bulletproof vest. Oh yeah, how do I turn off this grid thing?
Oh yeah, we were just told that. Yeah, sorry, someone did tell us.
There we go. There it is.
How you do it?
You just right click and there's like a snap and a grid thing under toggles.
Under toggles. Okay.
I wonder if I can select all of my things at once and hit them all. I'll try it.
I can do one. I can do one at a time.
No, there we go. Got it. So this should be good now. So the other thing is like that that I was gonna say is that
we have Chris two times. Oh, bit of an echo. I'm echoing.
Oh, you are?
Apparently.
Oh yeah, God, that's okay. There we go. I've muted his echo. Yeah, for some reason you were coming over the camera that's showing the app.
Weird.
Yeah, so as you can see, I'm putting the people onto Overwatch as well. So these guys are on Overwatch facing in this direction. And these two up here will actually also be on Overwatch. But the minute Chris triggers the Overwatch, I will have to tell him who is actually being shot.
Or who is actually, if he's even there. If I bust through this bottom door, this pulse token will be flipped, and we'll find out if Pulse is even there or not. So what Mike's doing here is he's put Rook and Pulse, or he's put a token of Rook and Pulse, or maybe Rook and Pulse upstairs. And the way Overwatch works from upstairs is they choose one of the stairwells or one of the access points to specifically watch. So Rook and Pulse are watching these two south entryways. Something that has occurred to you, by the way, Mike, is remember I said to you couldn't go outside, and that's more or less true. But I have realized there is this sort of forecourt balcony area here with an entrance point.
I can go into that, can I?
So technically, yeah, here you could technically stand here if you wanted to and shoot down at me. But if you deployed there, I'd just shoot up at you. So it probably isn't a good idea. I just have 3 guys shoot you at the very start. Pekka, it does have quite a lot going on. I mean, it's reasonably simple in concept, but there's definitely a lot of rules.
Yeah, which I actually quite like. That it's like, I mean, based on our 20 minutes of gameplay, I thought that it even though there's quite a lot of stuff going on, it didn't feel bogged down. It felt quite clip, which is good because that's I think what you want. Alright, who is this? Smoke, right? You're the guy that throws the gas grenades. I'm glad I've got you, Smoke, but I'm also not entirely sure what, I'm not entirely sure how to use your smoke effectively. That's what I'm trying to say here. Right, mute. You don't really do anything else, mute. Where do I put other smoke? Oh, a little bit of a... Well, maximum range is 7, right?
What do you max? Oh, for guns.
Oh no, it's over 7, isn't it?
7+, yeah. So you can shoot anywhere.
You can shoot in. There's no maximum range.
Nope.
Oh my god!
You literally standing there.
Well, to be fair, I realize actually that I'm trying to decide if this is a terrible idea or a good idea.
Is this terrible or is it genius?
Yeah. Does it matter if it's really me or not? I mean, is it good as a sort of a like a hidden thing?
You have 10.5 minutes to decide.
The pressure.
Yeah, it's weird. Deployment. The attackers get 30 minutes to deploy. The defenders only get... Sorry, the defenders get 30 minutes. The attackers only get 10 because they got quite a lot less to think about.
Well, this is actually, I think, the hardest part, is putting out these. And now, because now what I'm trying to do is look at the board and visualize where I've got the actual people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's particularly difficult, I think.
You're allowed to flip them over any time, and you can look secretly on your...
Yeah, I am allowed to take a little sneaky peeky whenever I want. I should have done something differently. So. Let's put the real mute over here.
The real mute.
Yeah.
Do you hear him, everybody?
He's trying to over here, and the real smoke can go over here. All right.
He's trying to freak me out.
I do very much enjoy this kind of like hidden token stuff. I don't mind what side I'm on. This is like the kind of thing I always loved about like Android Netrunner as well. You know.
Why is he not defended that one?
Yeah. Is it a hidden thing, you know, or not?
Is it a double bluff?
Mm-hmm. Let me have a think here. Am I blocking Pulse's line of sight? It might be. So maybe actually, because I kind of want Pulse. I mean, Pulse has a really good look around the whole room. I can't... We believe I'm not allowed to stand on the bomb.
It's an obstacle, so you can't. You can walk through it, but you can't stand in it.
I think maybe, though, if I put these two in here like this, then they both have coverage of the whole. That's good. And then Real Smoke also has their backs covered, while other Real Smoke has this covered, and Doc also has this covered.
Real Smoke and Doc. Which one's the Real Smoke?
Well, they're both real.
Okay.
There's
Cool.
Schrodinger's smoke, dude. Real until the box is open.
I like
All
it.
right.
I like it a lot.
They're both real and both dead. Okay, I think I'm done deployment. Let's see if this pays off.
I'm gonna switch to my deployment unless you stop me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No more take backsies! 10 minutes from me starts now.
God. I didn't even use half my time. Should I be worried? Have I made dumb, foolish decisions?
Use 20 minutes out of 30.
No, I didn't. I had 17 left.
7 left.
Oh, I thought I had 17. Okay.
No.
I blame the computer crash.
Okay, let's see. So there's a bomb in this room over here. You haven't actually put any cameras in there. But you do have what you assured me is a real smoke. Is that a real dock?
Yeah.
Oh, people, man. It's a lot of people.
Both 100% real.
Okay. So we're gonna get fuse, and we're gonna stick fuse. Gonna stick him over here. And actually, I forgot last time, but technically I meant to deploy it with Overwatch as well. I guess just in case you on your first turn move someone out here, like shoot down at me or something, just means you can't attack. You can't just get a free attack on me. Where are my Overwatch symbols? Or
they're in a bag by your lead tokens. Yeah.
so I don't think this really matters, but
So last time Chris deployed basically everyone over here on the right, and then they all burst in and got massacred. So I think what we're seeing here is a new strategy. It was very funny actually, because we were literally like, well, if I can't move the bombs and both the bombs are right here, why would you ever go to this other part of the house on the left? But in fact, it turns out that the reason you come in over here is because I have to try and protect these at least a bit during setup, or else he will just come in there and turn the bombs off.
yeah.
You know, so it's definitely like there's a sort of a balance of decisions going on in the background here that is perhaps not immediately apparent, where I can't just set up sort of a bunch of firing squads or people pointing at all the windows around the house, because, you know, I have to cover where the bombs are. If I don't protect those during setup, I'm going to be in trouble. But by protecting those, I have made them significantly dangerous for Chris.
I'm a little disappointed that you didn't set up smoke over here, because then Sledge could just have started there and immediately whacked him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sledge's ability. That is a shame for you and not for me.
I was so excited that you were going to start him there. Right, let's see. I think I'm not going to ignore this area. I'm definitely going to put some threat over here for you.
It's fine, 'cause I've got all those areas covered anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, you do. There's no camera in here, which I'm very pleased about, I must say.
It's all strategy, Chris.
You got pulse and mute potentially looking down this way on this bomb. Smoke's looking up that way.
I got strategies for days, guys. Or else this is going to be the inverse of our first game, and I'm just going to get wiped out turn 1. We'll see.
I don't think defenders will get wiped out turn 1, because you're all in Overwatch. You'd have to have left yourself open to immediate flanks, which I don't think you even can do unless you like start here facing the other way and no one's covering this way. Where do I want
It looks like
Sledge to go?
Fuse and Termite are getting ready to go on the roof. Or on the upper level, but I'm not sure. Have we established if it is the holidays and if this building is anyway connected to the Nakatomi Plaza?
I don't believe so, sadly.
I don't know. I think, well, I guess I mean, what's funny about actually the Die Hard reference, Difter, is that I guess I'm technically the bad guys, but also Die Hard begins with the bad guys busting in on the good guys. And then the end of the movie is the inverse.
I just want to know I'm pausing the timer really quickly just to check a camera rule. I want to check if the camera spots me when I enter a space or if just for being in there. If that's okay.
I think when you step into the room, right?
I think so, but I want to double check. Camera operator that enters a space in a room contain. Okay, yeah. But what I wanted to know is if I was in a room with a camera, the location is taken away. Locator is taken away in upkeep, and then I activate that guy. He's not immediately spotted unless he moves, which is accurate. Yeah, which is indeed the case.
Which is weird. It's like their motion detector cameras.
Yeah, that is
but there's
weird.
A degree of abstraction here, I suppose. Wow, this is the opposite approach. Well, with the exception of Blitz.
Yeah, well, I mean, I need to buddy up a little bit, I guess. Maybe.
Where's Blitz? What does Blitz do? Oh, Blitz is the one with the shield. Blitz has lights on his shield that go and blind you. So stay away
Very
from me,
cool.
Blitz.
IQ might chill here as well, actually. I actually might do this the way around. I think I'm happy with that. Oh, I need to just pick up my Overwatches. Here, you Overwatch this way. No, like I said, it really doesn't matter. I don't think for the good. Oops! Oh yes, the barricade's destroyed!
Oh no! That means that Smoke can see you and he shoots you.
I don't think he can see me from there, actually, can he? No, I'm pretty sure he can't.
Yeah, actually, I don't think so either.
We're not allowed to check. That's actually a whole thing.
Yeah. You have to challenge. What happens if you lose a challenge?
You either give yourself 30 seconds or take 30 seconds away from your opponent.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which is actually a much bigger deal than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Alright, so that's...
This is like, yeah, the cameras were all made by T-Rex Incorporated. We've developed the latest smart cameras using Tyrannosaurus Rex technology.
I never restarted the timer after I checked that rule, but I don't think I just took 5 minutes there. I think we're good. Right, right, I think I'm going to see, because I'm just going to use another minute or two to make sure I know what I want to do for my first turn. Excuse me. Once my turn starts, I'm going to be under a lot of pressure.
Oh, me too. I need a plan too.
This is true. This is true. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Oh, that's the one problem there, isn't it? Oh, that's fine. So check one thing in the rulebook quickly. I won't pause for this one. I'll leave it going for this one because I don't need not much more time. Fine. I'm just double checking one thing quickly.
Yeah, but every time you tab out of Tabletop Simulator, we can't see the clock go anymore.
Well, it is going, okay? It's going.
We'll just have to honor system.
Well, you'll see in a minute. It'll jump down dramatically in a minute, won't it? Hang on.
I wish I had like a TikTok sound effect, you know, like from Countdown or whatever.
Doom, 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 doom. I'm just trying to make sure something about I'm concerned about adjacent. You can move diagonally. The sections linking the four corners are shared with the orthogonally adjacent spaces. A wall section is present in two spaces at once.
Let's have a look at Chris's character.
Adjacency, here we go. Unless otherwise stated, adjacency applies orthogonally and diagonally. Okay, cool, perfect. I just wanted that to be absolutely clear. I just didn't want to be doing stuff around corners that I'm not meant to be allowed to do, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what was the rule?
Unless otherwise stated, adjacency applies orthogonally and diagonally. This means that a space is adjacent to the 8 spaces around it. However, if line of sight between the 2 spaces is blocked by a wall or barricade, they're no longer considered adjacent. Right, that's exactly what I wanted to know.
Okay, brilliant. I don't really know why that's important, but I'm sure I'll find out. When I'm moided.
Sweet. Ah, damn it. That does cause a problem, though. How do I get in here? It's so hard.
I don't think you're meant to. I think I'm... Well, I mean, yes. Please try? Maybe there's no one there, dude. You might just come in.
I know, yeah. It's such a problem.
I can't believe you didn't deploy anyone in the red room. I'm so upset.
Oh, not near it. Not near it, no. Like all your people over there? That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. I love that.
I had an idea for trying to make a problem here. And I'm just worried now that that rule's going to make it much harder than I was going to be. Right, so that means that he can't move diagonally into here once this is gone, because it's as we suspected, yeah, because this doesn't have line of sight to this, as you can see. So he actually would have to move here and then here.
Yeah.
See? Because
the ruler crosses the wall.
In the game in the practice game, I think at one point I made a move like this diagonally in through a window.
And that did feel weird.
It did feel weird, and I'm glad you can't do it.
Yeah. Because
it does feel wrong.
Although I think that there's a lot of... I think these rulers are absolutely great for checking line of sight in this game, and I think that these don't exist in real life, and that's a shame.
What was that?
These rulers that we're using, they don't exist in real life, which is a shame.
No, that's true, actually.
You can't just do this in real life, because there's going to be pieces and 3D bits and all that kind of stuff.
So my understanding is, yeah. So I can break this though from here, and the reason I can break this from here is because even though I can't see this one, I can see this one. I can see the this space, and you only have to be able to see half of it. Yeah.
Well, I don't understand though, because the barricade's in neither space, so presumably it's also in the two adjacent spaces.
Oh yes, it is. Yes, you're right. So I can destroy it because it's adjacent. Yeah, I could destroy it from either way. Either way, then in that case, cool.
I'm pretty sure
Perfect.
you can just destroy it from here. I mean,
okay, sweet. Time. Well, I've got 8 seconds left, so I'm gonna go to my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Switch to Chris deployment. Oh, no, end my deployment. End deployment. Start round 1. Okay, here we go. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to activate Blitz. So Blitz is going to destroy this double barricade.
That's one action.
That is one whole action. He is then going to use one movement point to lean into here.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get a lean token. Here we go. His Overwatch is gone because he's been doing stuff. So the lean represents where he's actually standing for purposes of cover, etc. And his token now represents his line of sight.
Does that activate my Overwatch?
It does, yeah. I counted moving in there, so we now need to find out if that's a real smoke.
Yeah. Do you want to flip him?
Okay, there he is. The man
It
himself.
was actually smoke. Oh my god. That's this guy.
Hope you have a search warrant. I may have lost it, but it's fine. Okay, so your Overwatch now activates.
Yeah. What range is it?
1, 2, 3.
3. So this is going to be 2 red dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah.
Okay, so that is 2. I actually have 4 protect. Sorry, I have light protection from the. I actually have heavy protection from the lean because that's a full wall, and I've got light protection from this. So I've actually got 5 protection, but you're only allowed to have a maximum of 3 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter. Point is, you no damage.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm then going to target what is now adjacent. This space here now is adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to target it with my flash shield.
Yeah.
So everyone in that room gets stunned, which is presumably not Doc, but it is him. Now that is an action I've completed, so you can overwatch me again, but now you're going to roll 2 yellow dice.
Yep.
Because you're stunned. So
Yes,
whenever you're stunned...
what happened to my other...
I threw it away somewhere. Over here.
Okay, great.
So whenever you're stunned, you just regardless of range, regardless of anything else, you roll 2 yellow dice for your attacks only.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to remember to pause when you're talking, or else this is gonna be a nightmare for you.
Sorry, yes, and also I'm actually meant to pause when I declare when shots are happening. So that's no damage.
Yeah, no damage.
So I've paused it for that then. Okay, so I've now taken 3 actions. Haven't I? Yes, I have.
You did some movement, and then you did a destroy, and
Yes, I've done flash, and I've done so that's fine. I'll unpause. So yeah, I can still use my movement if I want to. Because movement you're allowed to interrupt. You get 1 movement action to any 2 other actions. They all must be unique actions. I've done destroy. I've done a use special equipment, and I've done movement. I've only used 1 movement to lean. I have to use another movement to unlean. I might just stay leaning, but I kind of. Because you're gonna have a really hard time doing any damage with him this turn, which is kind of what I wanted.
But now you need to do something to capitalize on that.
Won't be this turn.
Think fast.
I'm not gonna. I mean, if I could run in, but I'm gonna. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay where he's just gonna stay where he is. I think.
Okay.
Actually, he'll unlean is what he'll do. He'll unlean. Well, there's no benefit. Yeah, he'll unlean because you can't see him either. He'll unlean with his movement point, and then I'm gonna move over to Blitz. No, not Blitz. Thermite. Thermite is somewhere over here. Thermite is going to move up here. Up to the upper floor. Going all the rest of his movement.
So when you go upstairs, you lose all your movement. And you can't go upstairs and downstairs in the same turn.
I need to flip Blitz. There he is. He's been used. And he's going to then use a exothermic charge to destroy a adjacent and partition of any value, and he's going to destroy this reinforced access because he counts as adjacent to this because he's upstairs, and that's an access to upstairs and downstairs. I
don't think you can, dude. I have the signal disruptor in there.
Hang on a second, let me pause. That stops me from using electronics in that room.
Oh, is this not electronic? Oh, this isn't oh, yeah, it is. It's got a little electronic symbol.
I'm trying to find the thing.
Right next to the name.
So what does his thing do exactly?
It says the attacker cannot deploy, throw, or activate or move electronic gadgets
in a room containing it.
So because you're not in the room.
I don't know the answer to that.
The attacker cannot deploy, throw, or activate or move electronics gadgets. I guess you're not in the room, so it's fine. Let's say it's fine. Even though I think...
Is it saying I can't target stuff in the room or I can't activate stuff in the room? In a room containing the signal disruptor, the attacker cannot deploy, throw, or activate. I can't throw it into the room, though, either. I'm not throwing it into the room. I think it's ambiguous.
Yeah. I definitely had misunderstood that from before, but it's fine.
I'm pretty confident in the video game mute doesn't stop charges being laid on partitions between floors.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I could be wrong. Are we just chat have an opinion? Do you want to just
No, it's fine. I think this is correct. It's just not how we did it in the practice round. I think I fucked.
It didn't come up in the practice round though. I never tried to destroy anything.
No, but there was a brief moment where I put the signal disruptor in the room with Doc to block the reinforced access.
Oh right, okay.
And you were like, "Oh shit, now I can't go there." I think maybe we didn't dwell on it though, and I was just like, "Okay, great, that's how this works." And now I'm like, "Oh, I don't think it is how this works." Oh no.
I'm not 100% sure. I can try and find out at some point.
No, it's 100%. I think you're right. I think that I don't think it blocks it.
Okay.
It just means that I'm in trouble now. That's all.
You're in trouble.
I thought that I had protected those with mutes devices, and I clearly haven't.
So then I can take another action with Thermite. I will.
I don't think it's a complete calamity.
Where's Thermite? Where are you, Thermite?
He's upstairs.
No, I mean, where are you? Where's your board? I'm going to then. I guess I'll just go to Overwatch with him, which is kind of pointless. But where are you, Thermite? There you are. So I'll Overwatch this space here.
So if I try to go up to the roof from there or upstairs from there, I can't.
Yeah, but you can, but you'll be shot. You'll be shot as soon as you walk in there. And then I'm going to. That's him done. Where's Thermite? There he is. And then I'm going to activate. So was that fuse the whole time? No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was Thermite. And I'm activating fuse now as well. And fuse is also going to go upstairs. And fuse is going to detonate one of his things through the ceiling, laying his grenade things down through the ceiling into this room here with Doc. I'm going to discover if that's a real Doc or not.
Well, I also have a signal disruptor in there, so does that prevent you from throwing something in?
Pausing. It's not. No, this is not electronic.
It is. It says right next to cluster charges.
In fact, it's going to destroy that signal disruptor.
But it says next to cluster charges that it's electronic.
Oh, I possibly looked at the wrong thing. Hang on a second. Oh yes, I was looking at the wrong thing entirely. So that says this uses the keyword deploy, and I think your one specifically stops with keyword deploy.
I don't know. It says throw. Does it say deploy? It does say deploy.
Yeah. I think that's what I thought. Okay, so that gives me greater confidence we were correct the other time as well.
Yeah. And okay, also, I gotta say, color me impressed on Mythic's effective use of keywords. It's not what I expected from them.
Although the rulebook hasn't actually got a keyword section, but you know, as gamers, we call them keywords. So in that case, I've left the thing paused because I'm still doing it, just in a different room. I'm gonna do it in this room here instead. Do it to smoke. Actually, no. You know what? I'll do it here instead. Sorry, my bad. I'll do it to.
It's got the signal disruptor in it too.
Oh, okay. Well, for God's sake, why would you do that to me? Fine, I'll do it where I'll do it to smoke. We'll just try and damage smoke. Okay. So this is one yellow die. Oh, handy there, your dice. One yellow die. Wow, signal disruptors are really annoying.
Yeah, officially mute is great.
One yellow die, and this just no protection, so you just take this damage. Fuck's sake.
These are all bags containing character pieces.
I'm deleting these. Hang on.
Chris kept throwing things into them during the practice games too.
You did it once too.
And then I learned.
Okay, that should be enough room. Here we go. One.
Okay, that's acceptable.
He loses trauma plate. Yeah. And then I'm done. Well, he also goes to Overwatch. Hang on, I should try technically get the timer on when I decide this. He's going to Overwatch. I don't know, this space here. Because it stops you from watching, I guess. And then moving on to your turn.
Can I move outside the building?
No, I don't believe so. Maybe you can. I guess you could then. Yeah, I guess you can. Actually, I was just assuming you couldn't. I think I was projecting that in from the video game where you can, but you immediately light up like a Christmas tree.
Right, yeah, I think you said the same thing, actually. In this, you said that...
So if
when
you
does
wanted to
Smoke lose the stun token? At the end of the round?
yeah, he's stunned now until everything's over, which is good, which is great for me. It's what I needed.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to start by going with Mute. And I'm going to move like this. I'm going to go...
So Mike has to divide the movement between the two tokens whilst the tokens are on the board.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, maybe not. Where was I? I was here, wasn't I? 1, 2, 3. And then we'll turn around like that.
So you lose the Overwatch as well?
Yep. But don't worry about it, because I'm going to put them back.
Okay, we'll take it off for now.
I think this guy over here is going to go 1, 2. Like that. Alright, well, and then we'll go back into Overwatch, I think. I don't... What else do I have? I just brought a ton of grenades.
We decided that, by the way, that you can only take unique actions, but I'm gonna pause it while I'm saying this. But we decided that one Overwatch action puts both tokens back into Overwatch. The rulebook didn't specify. We thought that made sense.
Blitz always counts as being in light cover?
Does he?
Is that right?
Oh, he has a shield. Yes, so he always he always gets 2 protection, gets light protection.
Right, but that's not affected by. But that doesn't. Sorry, grenades don't affect that, do they?
No, not as far as I can tell. Protection seems to only affect being shot.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to activate Smoke. And I'm going to go 1, 2 over to here. I'm still stunned. And I'm going to attempt... I'm going to go... Actually, no, do you know what? I'm not going to move. It's
The timer won't be moving, by the way, because I'm looking for on your screen, because I'm looking at protection to double check that. But I'm pretty confident. I've looked it up before.
Well, we can pause it while we're checking the rules anyway, because this is really important to my decision.
Yep. Well, I'm 99.9% confident, but it doesn't hurt to check. Protection. So protection reduces the result of a shot according to the component through which the shooter's line of sight passes. So it seems to only say shooting. Shoot action. Yeah.
Okay, well then I think Smoke's gonna throw a grenade adjacent to Blitz, because I don't think I have line of sight to his space.
Yeah. Hang on a second, I'm just looking for.
Ooh. Yeah, this is obviously crucially important.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's oh yeah, there is. There's a separate section on protection specifically. Here it is. Hang on. Page 18. Oh, this is it. See protection, page 18. What is it you're throwing? A nitro cell, yeah?
Well, I might throw a couple of grenades. Because it's smoke, right? He's got gas.
I can't see any reference to grenades working, protection working on grenades. So I'm gonna have to assume they don't. Okay, off you go.
Well, then I throw the nitro cell into the space adjacent to Blitz, because I don't have line of sight to his space.
Okay.
So he takes 1 orange die of damage.
So I pause for you to roll.
Obviously, completely pointless if he has defense 2, because it would be 0.
There is a 3 actually.
Oh, there is a 3.
But you almost rolled.
Oh, God, I rolled a 1.
Hey,
this
so
is
did I.
bad luck. All right, here's another fun question. Can I throw a gas grenade out the window?
I don't see why not.
Okay, great. I'll throw a gas grenade, and I want to set up the smoke overlay, like, here.
Okay. So I get hurt if I walk through that. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many spaces it's supposed to occupy, but
Yeah, I think that's sufficient.
I mean, it says entering a space containing a gas overlay, or ending an action or reaction in one. Take.
Okay.
Okie dokie, and that's 2 actions for smoke. He's not moving, so he's all done. And I also did someone else, so I'm gonna call it there. Back to you.
You done?
Yep.
Okay. When does that go away? There's some pause here. Lettering upkeep.
Well, I hope not. Otherwise, that would be completely pointless.
End of round upkeep.
Oh, does it go away at the end of the round?
Excuse me. How? Excuse me. I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to find out.
I thought we figured this out. It was easier when they were just shooting each other. Now we're all like worried about dying, so we're using all our abilities.
Now we're all being tactical. We're being tactical now, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're raising all these questions. I hope you paused your timer.
I did. Thank you. Come on, rulebook, be properly laid out.
Nah, it's Mythic, man. The rulebook itself is a game.
Oh, are you serious? Where's end of round? I definitely found it at one point in the past.
I mean, also, they've only given us 1 gas token in this app, so I don't know if... I mean, we've got smoke clouds.
Mm-hmm.
But, basically, the point I'm trying to make is that I've got 2 gas grenades, but I don't have any more gas clouds. And, you know, that could be a problem if I wanted to make another gas cloud.
End of round upkeep. Where are you? I can see you being listed in how a round works, but I literally cannot find it. And here it is. Found it. The round ends and both timers have expired. Blah blah blah. Blah. Okay. Okay. Remove any located markers, stun markers, overlays. Yeah, overlays. That's smoke.
So that goes away at the end of the round?
Yes. Do you want to not throw it?
Yeah, do you mind?
That's fine.
It's completely pointless then, because Blitz is already gone.
It is completely pointless.
Instead of that, actually, I realize I've gone off Overwatch, so I'll just go back on Overwatch if that's okay.
That's fine.
Forgotten Overwatch had come off anyway. Okay. Very good.
Cool. All right. So I'm going. Okay, so back to me.
Yep, back to you.
Okay, he destroys this for his first action. He then goes off of watch, obviously, to move 1-2 to cross the into the window. Takes an extra movement action. That's he becomes located. If you want to grab a locator marker for me there, because the camera locates him. He's going to move 3, and he's going to move. That's not adjacent, is it? Because they can't see each other. No. So he's going to move 4. He's going to, for his 5th move, he's going to lean. And then he's going to, for his last action, he's going to enter Overwatch, facing this direction here. And then that's him done. or her action, I should say. Sledge is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, no. We'll go. Sorry, no. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I wasn't sure about. Can I end there and then run? Oh, it's irrelevant. I'll just to save the issue. I'll do what I was going to do in the first place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll then run 1, 2. I believe that's how far he can run. Yep. 1, 2.
So in the bottom right, folks.
He has 1 action left now because run is basically an addition. It's basically a separate move action, and everyone the move action is up to 5 spaces. Let's pause it. I don't think it matters. So a move action is up to 5 spaces. A run action is an additional move action that is dependent on your run attribute. And his last action is unsurprisingly going to be. This is orange, right? I haven't just been screwed by colorblindness all this time, have I?
No, that's definitely red. The
well,
orange. The orange ones
huge,
have the.
That's a huge pity. But luckily I brought a breach charge. So I'll use the breach charge. I thought Sledge could hit that with his hammer. That's why I was doing it in the way I was doing it. So I've lost out a little bit on optimization, but at least
all right. It seems my signal disruptors are largely in the wrong room.
Good. I can't. There we go. Double breach. So this is now breached. Thank you. And he's also pinged. Anyway, I'm done. So I guess Paul, I won't switch to you just yet because we're doing tidy up of physical things.
Yeah, I also have a follow-up question. Can you remind me how the rules for challenging Overwatch from upstairs works?
So for you and for the viewers at home, if someone enters Overwatch, if someone on the upper floor enters Overwatch, as we already mentioned, they pick a specific like stairwell or access to the upper floor to Overwatch, as Pulse has done here and Rook has done there, and I've done in a couple of indoor areas. If you if you wish to Overwatch onto a space that's vacant, no problem. If you wish to Overwatch to a space that an opposing person's already Overwatching, then there's a basically we've got a conflict, and what happens is I could either accept and just remove my Overwatch token and let Mike go there instead, or I could refuse to back down, in which case Mike shoots me at close range, and if he successfully kills me, then he takes the Overwatch position. If he doesn't successfully kill me, I keep the Overwatch position and I return fire.
Do we have any cover, or is it just a close range blat?
Good question. Actually, you know what? I think now that you mention it, I think it possibly does have protection. I think it does. Let me double check. And this is one of the ways that you can end up interacting with someone on the upper floor. Where are you? Overwatch section. Oh, I think I found it and then lost it. Here we go. So, where's exchange of fire rules? Here it is. This shot, which is counted. Blah, 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 blah. Fire is a free shot, which is not counted as one of their actions. This shot targets the operator that owns the disputed entryway. It is fired at close range, and the targeted operator has heavy protection.
So 3.
Yes.
Ooh. Follow-up question, then. This is just more rules guff, but does Smoke have a shot on IQ due to Overwatch? No, because Doc is blocking line of sight. Or
yeah,
no,
I don't think the line of sight would be there anyway.
Yeah, because they'd probably clip the edge of the door, right? So what I'm saying is, this would be a
situation where you basically you can claim it, and then we check, and if you're wrong, you lose 30 seconds.
Yeah, and I think I would be wrong because I'd have to measure from the middle of Smoke's base, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
But, yeah. So this is just an interesting fringe case to show the folks at home as well, because like I think Smoke can see IQ because of the way his Overwatch is set up, but because of the way this wall is here, and also the presence of Doc, he can't actually shoot.
Yeah. Because Overwatch gives you the full 180 in front of you, obviously providing you have line of sight.
So if I don't kill you, then you get to keep your Overwatch?
Yes, and I shoot you back because I'm in Overwatch. Are you satisfied for me to move to your turn?
Yep.
Off you go. You got plenty of time. Well, not really, but
Not
you got
really.
over half your time. Although you only you can activate up to three people each turn. So you need to activate 3 people at least on. You need to activate 3 people on one of your turns if you're gonna get all 5 of them activated. So I went 3-2. Mike's decided to go 2-3. See what I did, presumably.
Okay, so I'm gonna. If Doc does any action, he'll get shot at by IQ, right?
If that is Doc, yes.
If that is indeed Doc.
Well, actually, if Doc does any action, yes, then I'll find. At the very least, I'll find out if that's Doc.
All right, this is interesting. So I think. Oh God. Okay, hold tight. What are the odds of me actually killing it? Oh God, not good. She does a lot of damage actually at close range. Actually, she just does a lot of damage. Who's this? Fuse. What's Fuse's? If Fuse shoots me with Overwatch because I come down those stairs, what happens?
He just shoots you.
Right, but what range?
I believe 3 because he counts adjacent to all the stairways. So I assume close.
Okay. But can I come down those stairs if IQ stood on them, leaning?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I'll pause. Apologies, everyone. This is a very hot off the press prototype.
Yeah, we none of this happened in the playthrough where everyone died.
I just ran in the. Okay, for 1 movement point, blah blah blah. Okay, so for 1 movement point, an operator can enter an orthogonally or diagonally adjacent space. See adjacency on page 10. Except spaces containing structural elements or the opposing squad's operators. Operators cannot end their move in a space occupied by an obstacle or another operator of their squad. So let me check leaning to see if leaning says it counts as the operator.
Well, presumably it does because
logic.
Mm-hmm.
You would have thought so. I'm gonna say you can't go there, but that's gonna be my default if we don't find a definitive answer. Note, a leaning operator uses a space containing its miniature or hidden operator token whenever it requires line of sight. An operator targeted whilst in the leaning position benefits from any protection provided by the space containing the leaning statue, even if, we know that. A leaning operator occupies 2 spaces on the game board.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's considered present in both. Yeah, you can't. Cool. I'm gonna start your timer again unless you have anything else to ask.
No, I think Doc is in trouble. But I think I'm going to start by activating Doc then. This is in fact him. It's going to save time by announcing that rather than doing a dramatic reveal. Unfortunately.
I'm glad that is him because I've snuck up behind him, which is quite nice.
Yeah. And now he's here. And I guess he's still in Overwatch, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a grenade into the space where IQ is. And I guess she gets targeted by it because she occupies both spaces.
Well, she would anyway.
Yeah, but the point is if it's got AoE.
Yeah, so I think I count as splash damage though because I can shoot because for purpose of line of sight we choose.
No time to talk. We need to go fast. I'm hitting Ivy with 2 yellow. Oh no, you have to hit me first.
No, you do your action first.
Oh, I do mine first.
Yeah, because it's a riposte, right?
Okay, so I'm hitting IQ with 2 orange dice.
Hang on, why is it 2 orange? This is what I was. This.
The nitro targets her space, so
Yeah, but she's in the other space for purposes of attacks, right?
Well, that's what I was asking.
That's when I said the opposite to what I think you heard.
Okay.
But that's how I interpret it. Because an operator targeted whilst in the leading position benefits from protection provided by the space. Oh, that's an interesting question.
Protection, but this can't protect against grenades.
I know, yeah.
But also, the grenade is like it's 2 It does say she occupies 2 spaces, right?
Yeah, it does.
Whoo boy, during can I just say, during our practice run through, we had none of these problems, and we're like, we're great, we're good to go. And then, like, the minute we start playing it, suddenly all these mythic cracks start coming out.
Oh, hang on, I think I have the answer.
Great.
Worth noting, I just came across this sentence, which might become relevant later. A leaning operation does not block line of sight.
Okay, yep.
An operator can be targeted by targeting either the leaning standee or the operator miniature. Conceptually, leaning operator's miniature represents their upper half of the body and the leaning standee the lower half. So I'm going to say you can hit me full on with this.
That seems... I mean, I would say, according to my reading of the rules, I agree. However, thematically it feels wrong. Because you're...
Well, does it?
I suppose you're leaning over
if you're
the
leaning out
grenade.
like this. Yeah, no, I think I'm okay with this. So go ahead. I've paused the timer for your dice roll.
Okay, here we go. Yep. Rah. Give me some good luck.
Ooh.
God damn it.
That's still pretty painful.
Okay, so I'm
Where's
dropping one
IQ?
of these nitros in here.
She's half dead now. Like, so bad. So do you want to do blitz the sledge, the splash damage, the sledge?
Oh yeah, I actually have to roll another dice for that. Another die, it says. It did say that in the rules.
That's 2.
2.
It's pretty good for this random grenade. All right, and then I riposte attack. So we're at within close range. IQ does 2 oranges and a red at close range.
Oh, this is gonna murder me.
Ugh. 5.
I'm left on 1.
Well, you've got light protection from this thing, don't you?
Oh,
From
do I?
The breach. Yeah.
Okay, so I take 3.
Yeah, you take 3, as far as I can tell.
My second action.
I just want to still check if because let me still check something. Because do you get protection if I'm adjacent to it? Can I not like shoot over it?
Yeah, that was something that came up during my little rules outline at the start, and I said that it was pretty... I assumed that it was anything covered by the line of sight. We didn't see any rules that indicated... Basically, the rules seem to indicate if you draw a line of sight through the thing...
Yeah.
It provides the cover, even though that doesn't really make sense in this instance, because obviously, you imagine in your head the person sort of leaning out through the gap, so why would that give me cover, right?
So what's this? This is a breach, isn't it? Oh, breaches don't offer cover at all, under any circumstances.
Oh, they don't?
No, I was wrong.
Oh, okay, well then
It's just movement. But so it says condition for receiving cover. The target operator is in a space adjacent to an obstacle. Oh, you have to be adjacent to an obstacle to get the cover from the obstacle. Luckily, that hasn't mattered yet.
Great.
It meant because I did receive double cover with when I was
because
shot.
Blitz has the Blitz has a shield.
He had the shield, which we forgot about, so that covers that mistake.
Yeah.
The condition for receiving from walls is the targeted operator's leaning standee is in the space containing a section of partition that blocks the shooter's line of sight. Yeah, so the only way you can get cover from walls is if you're leaning around them, right?
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, but so obstacles don't just are shooting over a table is fine. The only person will only take cover behind the table, so to speak, if they're actually adjacent to it. So smoke receives cover from Blitz for the table, but not the other way around at present. Cool. So so you do take the full damage. Is the other thing?
Yep, I've done that.
Which you've done, and I'm going to start your timer again now.
Okay, well, Doc went on to Overwatch, and then that's the end of his turn.
Okay.
So now I'm going to activate Pulse, and I'm going to use his action to shoot through the ceiling at IQ.
How you? Oh, because he's pinged. Oh, because yes. So this is Doc. Doc can see IQ
No, this isn't Doc. This is Pulse's special ability to shoot anyone. Oh no, I can't shoot into that room with him. Shit.
You might be able to because who are you trying to shoot?
IQ. She's not.
You're trying to IQ with who?
With Pulse.
And where's Pulse?
He's in the roof.
Right. Now, if I remember rightly, all people on the roof, all people on the upper floor have line of sight to people who can be seen by Overwatch teammates.
Really?
Yeah, you were confused last time I said it too.
So people in the roof can shoot down at people. I can. Okay.
If they're under Overwatch, I believe so. I'm just gonna get this up now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. I guess it represents call-outs, you know?
Well, then Pulse's second action here seems a bit less exciting. Where it says, perform a shoot action targeting a located operator in a thingy room. Although I guess that's more important if you don't have as much Overwatch as we have.
Well, I could be wrong. Maybe I definitely read that at some point, didn't I? What's it called? Upper floor? Is that what they call it?
Upper level?
Upper floor is called. Hang on. Moving from upper level. Moving upper level. Upper floor. Overwatching from upper floor. Adjacent. Upper floor.
Yeah.
From the upper floor. Different line of sight rules apply to operators on the upper floor. An operator on the upper floor has line of sight to all grey entryway spaces and all spaces overwatched by any of the squad's operators. Operators attacking from the upper floor also have line of sight to all blue entryway spaces. While shooting, they roll close up hit die. When shooting, they roll the close up hit dice with no protection. Wow. Line of sight from the upper floor as an entryway space to an entryway space is broken. However, if the entryway space contains an opposing Overwatch token.
Line of sight to an entryway space.
Yes, that's just this.
That's just that. Okay.
Oh god, I didn't realize that was so. I'm dead then.
Oh my god.
That seems crazy.
That seems crazy.
I don't like that.
It also seems like Fuse's ability to shoot a located... Like, I'm here setting up this powerful combo to put, like, a location token down so I can use Pulse's ore ability to shoot through the roof at someone with who's been located on the bottom floor. And, like...
but hang on, you can't shoot in here because this room isn't accessible.
By the upstairs. Yeah, that's what I just realized.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I got really lucky. I got really lucky and unlucky there at the same time. So that's something that you need to be super aware of, is the Overwatch from the roof.
Yeah.
Because the fact that Doc could just spin around, enter Overwatch, and then they were both, if they were both potentially visible to the two guys upstairs, was crazy.
Yeah, that's mental.
I'm not sure, and they've gotten away with it this time, but I'm actually not sure I like it. I think that seems crazy.
Yeah, it seems crazy good. I'm gonna have no real chance here if I don't make this good. So I'm gonna actually go and activate Rook, I think, who is in fact in the upstairs. Oh my god. And I'm going to basically take an Overwatch action to challenge you on the stairs here where Fuse is.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, but then that doesn't matter, does it? Because I can't come down there because she stood on the way.
No, but you could shoot her because you have line of sight to the entry. I'm pausing again for you.
Right. I could shoot Fuse if I'm not challenged by the token.
You can shoot IQ if you're not challenged by Fuse's token.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Right.
Is that what you're doing? Are you doing Overwatch challenge?
Yeah. So I'm gonna move Rook's Overwatch token over to here.
Hang on.
Overwatch challenge.
So I need to decide if I want to challenge to just let you have it or not.
Right.
So Rook. This is Rook, right?
Yeah.
So Rook is one die of each color at close range. On Fuse with protection. And if Fuse only has, excuse me, Fuse is not much weaker, but he's weaker. But I do have protection. What I'm not sure about is why I'm making a decision on your turn. Should we be switching to my turn, to my timer? I
don't know.
That seems like you're gonna hurt me quite well. We're gonna hurt each other roughly equal. You have a yellow die more than me. So.
Right, unless I kill you, and then you're just dead.
Yeah, it seems unlikely he'll kill me. Fuse has 5 health, doesn't he? Whereas he's 6 health. You'd have to get very lucky to kill me. Actually, I don't think he can kill me with 3 protection. I'm gonna stay there. Make you fight me for it.
So it is.
This is with heavy protection. So we're gonna -3 from this. So it's 1 damage.
Boo.
So I don't get moved, and then I riposte and make the same attack on you, but with a 1 die fewer. That is nothing.
My headset's run out of batteries.
That's 2 damage.
I see Chris has done nothing.
With protection.
I can't hear the channel. Hold on.
Oh, we've got. Sorry, I haven't seen these questions for a while. If you don't throw a grenade, do you get your token back for it? Mike not lose a token that you shouldn't have lost? Does her lower body part take 1 dice?
Oh, Difter's just making jokes. Remember when we were joking about leaning out?
Yeah, I don't think she gets hit twice. It says you can target either or.
Yeah.
I never moved that. Never.
So I took no damage in response there, right?
Yeah. Your turn now again.
Okay. So I think, without anything much better to do, I'm gonna go and come out of the. Am I gonna come out of the ceiling? Just go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. And then I guess I'll go into Overwatch. And then that's Rook done, so I'll do Pulse. And I guess Pulse will also challenge Fuse's Overwatch.
Oof.
That's not Pulse.
Where's Pulse when he's at home?
He's also in the ceiling.
He's slightly weaker, actually. No, I mean, I'm going to hold that challenge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm pausing so you can roll.
All right. Show me big numbers, baby.
Oof. Very nearly. Nothing. So I got an orange and a red.
Uh-oh. Hang on.
3 minus 3.
I don't know what I've done. Hang on. No, I think Tabletop Simulator's crashing.
No!
No!
Might take the opportunity to save it, actually.
Good thinking. I don't think it's the whole computer this time, though.
Well, for anyone who didn't see the die roll because of that, I rolled 3, and obviously he's had the heavy protection means I did no damage.
This heavy protection thing sucks balls. And
well, they don't want. I guess they into people going upstairs and shooting each other.
I demand violence in the ceiling.
Quite a bit of damage spread across all sorts of people, and then you've got Doc, who's at death's door.
Yeah, I mean, I made some tactical errors in this game. The last game was going better for me, not gonna lie.
Well, I don't think you didn't need to retest your tactical ability in the last game because all I did was ran the front door and got gunned down.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah.
I definitely made tactical blunders last time. I just ran in. Like, yeah, it's fine. I'll tank an Overwatch to the face. It's fine.
Okay, so
yeah, Doc can't stim himself, which is really annoying.
He can.
Okay.
Yeah, it says he can use it on himself, but you know.
Oh, I thought said he can't.
Yeah, but if I did, then I'd just get shot again.
Well, yeah.
I don't think you're going to do less than 2 damage. Okie dokie, so I did the challenge. Nothing happened.
Yep, timer's starting again.
Okay, so I think I'm just going to possibly I'm just gonna go and... Oh, this is really problematic.
So you've got move and one other action.
Yeah, and I can't... I can't even... What's the word here? I can't even...
Finish your sentences.
Yeah. I can't even finish my sentences.
Timer's now up, but this is a friendly game. We've been stopping and starting a lot, so Mike is halfway through his last activation. I think in the interest of fun, we'll just let him finish it.
I don't think I can do. I want to do anything. It's very bizarre. Yeah, I think I might have effed this up. Yeah, I think I'll just sit in the ceiling. I can't put out Overwatch because I've done that, so I can't do anything really useful. I can run though. Okay, I'll tell you what.
Move as well.
Yeah, I'll move first. Can I move over the stairs here?
What do you mean over the stairs here?
I don't know why I thought this was impassable.
No, I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it should be, but it doesn't look like it is.
That's why I ran Rook around to here. That was stupid. That's fine then. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and then for my second action, or for my final action, I'll just destroy this door.
Okay.
Alright, done.
Okay, so end of round. Everyone's alive, so I'll just click next turn. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just doing a bit of cleanup. I'm getting rid of the stun token, flip the boards. Anything else?
Nope. I didn't flip my boards too. I think we're good. Got rid of stun. Got rid of my locator markers should go. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
I'm not. Start round 2. I don't know what I want to do. This is terrifying. Right, I need to kill Dog before he overwatches me. So who wants to kill him? Who's got the better close range attack? Sledge does because he's got no protection. So yeah, I'm actually going to use activate IQ first. So IQ is going to shoot you. It's going to shoot at Doc. So I'm pausing.
Yep.
So close range from IQ is orange, red. So hopefully you won't get to make a riposte. It seems unlikely.
Seems very unlikely, yeah.
And 6 damage.
It is completely destroyed.
That's actually enough to kill you by itself.
Yeah. What?
Hold on. Overwatch's gone. My Overwatch is also gone. God's sake, where is it? There you go. Overwatch is also gone. Cool. And then start timer again. And IQ's gonna unlean. And is then gonna move. That's 1 movement, 2 movement, 3 forward across this. And oh god, actually no, you can see me if you overwatch. No, that's fine. You won't overwatch, will you? No, that's fine. We'll move to here for our last action, for our last movement. And I do have one more action actually. Is this a bulletproof camera? This one?
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
No, it's not. But wouldn't it have pinged IQ when she
hang on.
moved?
But she moved. Yeah, she did. She did a lean, which counts as a move. So IQ's pinged. But that's not bulletproof, no.
Also, I think.
Are you sure it's not bulletproof?
Oh no, she moved diagonally. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
No, it's not bulletproof.
Oh, so I could have shot that before I even moved then, just to get rid of it.
Well, you don't have line of sight from where you were
Oh,
standing.
you're right. Yes, you're quite right. Of course, there's a giant pillar in the way. Then how does the camera have line of sight, eh?
I know, it's so fucking... Oh god, the game's not on screen. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry, everyone. I went to big screen when my game crashed.
So how much have you missed?
I don't think they missed very much. Basically nothing happened. And then...
That's not true. IQ killed...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nothing happened at the end of the last turn. You guys saw that anyway. And then IQ just shot through this breach and killed Doc.
Oh god, I've lost my damage tokens.
So IQ got located by the camera she can't see, but that can also shoot her.
What I'll do, hang on, before she moved then, do you mind if I just destroy, I can use her special ability before I move her to destroy that camera. Because she can just destroy stuff within 4, electronics within 4.
Okay.
Which means she won't get pinged when she moves. Thankfully. Okay, and that's her. Okay, timer goes back on. So that's her done. Sledge is going to move 1, 2, 3.
Can I not see you in that space in the door? With
of course. Hang on.
smoke?
You've got hang on. Let me think about this then. I forgot that you're in Overwatch. Here's what I'm gonna do. Blitz is gonna lean out, and I'm gonna activate Blitz instead. He's gonna lean.
Okay, and then he gets shot at.
Yep.
And he's got
Pause.
the equivalent of heavy, right?
Yeah, he's actually got light and light again. Oh no, he just says heavy because he's leaning outside of a full-on wall. Yeah, so it's just he's got
Range
3 and 2.
3, is it?
Yes. So we're gonna -3 from this. Oh, that was so close to 6 as well.
Yeah, I know.
So that's
I'm
nothing
not getting
to
lucky
do.
with these rolls, man.
We're then gonna flash you.
Yeah.
Shield. And now you're gonna shoot me again with 2 yellow dice, and this one is statistically unlikely to hurt me.
Eh.
There we go. 2 - 3 is nothing, and then I might as well shoot you as well. Don't see a reason not to. I unpause. I straight away pause because I'm declaring a shot. So you're gonna have two defense because of the 2 protection because you're taking cover behind the table.
Yep.
That's 1, 2, 3 range. That's close range with the blitz is 3 yellow and a orange. So -2 means I do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage.
Oh my god, you're getting this feels brutal.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. Which one is he? Smoke.
Yeah, he should have 1 damage from earlier on.
Yeah, so he's got 1 health left.
Okay. Oh, the trauma plate kept him alive.
Yeah.
Well, you get to make a riposte again, but luckily you're stunned.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting a little bit diced, but maybe it's just because I've got bad shots lined up. I don't know.
Well, I think you definitely roll worse than me. That's nothing. And then I'm
You
going to
just rolled
activate...
4 on 2 of your yellow dice, and I rolled 3 in 4 rolls.
Dice love me. Dice love me.
Goddamn dice game.
So that's him, and that was also IQ. And now I'm going to activate Sledge, who's going to move 1, 2, 3.
So I'll shoot him there.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Can you see me there? Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's fine. I'll let you have that. So I pause. Nice, no protection as far as I can see, though.
I rolled 2.
So that's 2 damage on Sledge. So he's only dead, actually. Thank God I stunned you. He has 1 health left. And then he's going to shoot you for 1 with... he's going to shoot you at range 1, 2, 3, 4, as far as I can see. Yeah?
1, 2, 3, 4, yep.
Yeah, same as... Actually, yes, you roll the right number of dice. Oh, yeah, you were stunned, so it made a difference. So this is 2 yellow and 2 orange.
Do you think I have cover there?
I didn't have cover from you, so I don't see why you would have it from me.
Because you don't get it if you're not adjacent to it.
But you're not. But it's not going through the.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Do you think the line covers the...
I don't think so, but let's find out. No. No, you'd have cover if you were in this space, because you'd be covered behind the bomb, but not here. See what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because the bomb's an obstacle.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not adjacent to it anyway, so.
yeah. If you were adjacent to the bomb, you'd have cover.
Yep. Okay,
So this is, I forgot what I'm rolling now. 2 yellow, 2 orange. Is that it? Yeah, 2 yellow, 2 orange. So you only 1 health, don't you?
yeah.
So you should. I mean, if I somehow didn't kill you, you'd riposte me and kill me. But I think you're dead. Even with cover, you'd be dead actually, just about. Was that all his movement? 1, 2, 3. No, he's got 2 more movement. 4, 5. And then, do I actually want to deactivate the bomb now? I don't think I do just yet, to be honest. Because maybe I do. It'll move us into overtime, and you'll have 1 round to stop it.
1 round after this, or
after this, yeah.
oh, yeah. This should be on round 2, actually.
I'm assuming you won't. Who you got? You've got Rook, Mute, and Pulse. Rook and Pulse are way up there. Mute, I don't actually know where he is. He's either here or he's there. And let's assume he's here. That's worst case scenario. He still has to get all the way in here. Oh, sorry. Timer should be on for this. Do I want to do the bomb?
Do the bomb.
I guess it doesn't hurt, does it? But if I do, then you can. The problem is, then you have all of this turn to set them up in a position where they can run in and defuse it next time. But you have to get through barriers and stuff. How, like, Pulse, can Pulse run? Pulse can run quite quickly, actually. So he could go, like, he could get. Yeah, he could just run in. Yeah, he can immediately run and defuse it, like, immediately. And if I'm not, so I think Sledge should actually just go on Overwatch then. In this direction. And that's the end of my turn.
Right, well, I've got 10 minutes because I had 5 guys moments ago, so this is nice. Get some thinking time.
I mean, Sledge is almost dead, so you could, yeah. There's a chance you can turn this back to a much more even fight by the end of this round, I feel. Difter, what can I say? Great rolls. School of dice rolling. Enroll now for 2022. There's a separate class on Tabletop Simulator dice rolling. Oh. Oh, you're back. Skype went for me for a second.
Ah, okay. Well, here's my plan. I don't think it's particularly good, but it's a plan nonetheless. So I'm going to... God, that whole Overwatch challenge shit against Fuse was kind of pointless.
Yeah, I mean, had I backed down, which I almost did the first time, I think it would have been pretty bad actually for me.
Yeah, I think so too. But I kind of got a new plan here, which I think is I'm going to try, just because I want to. Okay, that's no good. Alright, let's see how this works out. We'll do this thing first, and then we'll see how it works out, and then we'll make a decision afterwards. So I'm going to activate Rook. And Rook is going to go... Oh, actually, I could do this other thing. No, this is fine. Rook's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 back upstairs.
Yeah.
And then as his first action, he is going to activate his proximity alarm, which lets him locate someone on the bottom floor in a upstairs room. He's going to locate IQ.
Oh, okay.
And then he's going to use his Overwatch to challenge Fuse again.
Really?
Yep.
You just said this was pointless.
Yeah, but I couldn't think of anything else to do with this action that I wanted to do.
Okay, so I'll pause it for you so you can shoot.
Meh. Come on.
Oh my god, that's 5 damage. I think you just killed him.
I think I just killed him.
You did. You got 8 minus 3.
Neat.
I mean, this has turned around very quickly because a minute ago I was 5 on 3. Now it's 4 on 3 and Sledge has 1 health. So this has turned around. My god.
Well, I'm going to... Then that's Rook's actions all done. I should flip these because they're dead. Pulse is...
Get wrecked, son.
Pulse is next, and he's actually also running back upstairs. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, or 3 actually. And I guess I also get this... I can't believe I was like, this is pointless, and then just murder him.
Well, in fairness to you, in fairness, you committed a lot of time and resources to
Yes.
challenging his
Yes,
Overwatch, right?
100%. Yes, I did. And furthermore, I was actually planning to do it again with Pulse now.
If
So
necessary, yeah.
I sort of thought like 4 shots, maybe I can at least get him down a bit.
Eventually, you'll either kill him or make me back down, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So hit your timer again.
Yeah. So then I'm using my cardiac sensor to shoot through the roof at IQ with.
Because he's tagged, yeah.
Yeah, with Pulse. So she gets light cover against this. So she's going to have 2 damage off of the roll.
Okay. IQ already has 2 damage on her, so she only has 2 health. So this might well kill her too.
That'd be great.
It does. It does. Interesting. Wow, this turned around, man. It's interesting.
Okay. And then Pulse has 1 more action. I presume I can't Overwatch this reinforced access because of
No, you can't. No, you can't Overwatch that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Janad, I'm gonna Overwatch the stairs here then. Yep, and then that's it. I'm gonna save my other character for my final round.
I think it's probably sensible of you to do that because of the idea I've just had, which will not work as well if you have another character to go, but it's still might be worth doing because I've just gone from being very confident to being very concerned. So I think I might have to do something.
Goddamn dice games, Chris.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to be super aggressive. And okay, so I got 5 minutes and 1 character to activate because Fuse is dead. But I think I know what I want to do. Cause I do go first every round, which is good. Just doing that whole chess thing of now looking for a few minutes just to convince myself this is the right thing to do. Oh damn it, I won't be able to... I won't be able to do it in full, so to speak. Where is your last character? Who have you not activated? Oh, Mute, who is, best case scenario for you, is here. and it has to break this to get near me. And his abilities are really annoying, but they're setup abilities mostly, or entirely, are they? Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I'm activating Thermite, and he's gonna use his other exothermic charge to destroy that's trash, whatever, to destroy this reinforced access right here. It's one action. He's then going to use his move action to move downstairs. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And he's going to use his last action to defuse the bomb.
I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
End of turn. Over to you.
Oh my god!
So this bomb is removed from the board for what it's worth.
Well, unfortunately, Mute doesn't really have any meaningful abilities to use at this point. But that means Thermite's Overwatch goes away as well, right? Not that it really matters. I suppose.
Yes, it does. It does indeed. Yes, it does. It does. Absolutely.
I don't think it matters to me. Goddamn signal disruptors. Next time I'm going to use them and the cameras more effectively, I think.
Sledge's Overwatch is only so useful considering he has 1 health.
So I think I'm going to activate this token here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll destroy this barricade here.
So destroying that will reveal you, because that's not something a hidden person can do.
Oh my god! It's Mute. He's here.
What a surprise. So that's 1 action gone, and you've 1 movement left of your movement.
Yeah, 1 action and 1 movement left.
I don't know if I can't remember if I made it clear or not, but movement can be interrupted, so you can move 1 space, do one of your other actions, move 2 more spaces, do one of your other actions, and then move 2 more spaces again.
So he'll go 1 to here.
Did you? Sorry, just so you know, you moved suboptimally there. That only had to be 1, 2, 3, right?
Well, can I move diagonally across here? I thought maybe I'd cross the.
As long as they can see each other, you can. Oh god, why is this being so difficult? I think you can. Personally, what do you think?
See, I figured that you probably could. Oh, where's my ruler? I figured that you probably couldn't, but no, actually, you definitely can.
Yeah, it goes to the corner.
One,
so that's
two,
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 puts me here then, right?
Yes.
So
you have 1 more space of movement, and you have 1 action.
And I need a point of movement to lean, don't I? Damn it. So I suspect I'm probably just going to go 1 over to here, which I don't think is in your line of sight.
I don't think so either. I guess I might as well declare it, and then worst case scenario, you get an extra 30 seconds.
I can take 30 seconds away from you, even though you have no more turns.
Exactly. Let's find out. I don't think you can see me either. I don't think I can see you either, rather. Oh, hang on. I can.
Alright. Well then. Fire away.
Are you still moving there?
Well, yeah, because now I know you can shoot me, I'll just shoot you back.
Yeah, as long as you survive this.
Yeah. I'm unhurt, man. I think I'll survive.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is the right thing.
I don't know what... Let me check what Sledge's mid-range is. Wait, what is this? This is 1, 2, 3... Wait.
4.
4. Okay.
It's so, 2 yellow, 2 orange.
Yeah, that's fine. I think my mid-range is better because you're also not in cover.
Yeah.
Nor am I, though, actually.
Nor are you. How much health do you have?
Weirdly. I've got 6.
Plus the trauma plate, or including
No, that's
trauma plate?
including.
Yeah, that trauma plate's pretty clutch, actually.
I'm dead.
It's very close. No, you're not. Oh, you are dead!
Yeah. Unreal. That sucks.
That's really... even I'm upset by that, because I thought this was going to be a lot closer at the end there. Because I was expecting to do a bunch of damage to you, and then you kill Sledge.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, then I was basically going to set up a perimeter, essentially, right?
God damn it. I was so confident, and I did pay off.
Oh, this is exactly what happened to me in the practice round we played. I was like, I can tank one Overwatch hit, and immediately just got blown to pieces. If you don't have protection, you just get absolutely blown away.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have played that safer, but I didn't. Well, I gotta gamble. All right, over to you. I mean, that's the end of the round.
So we actually end round, and we're gonna enter overtime. Oh, so hang on, I have to kill 3 of your guys, 2 of my guys, and then we enter overtime because the bomb is defused at the end of a round. Start overtime. My turn. Here we go. All right. So you're both upstairs, so you can come down here. So, I mean, I'm just setting up a perimeter, aren't I? That's literally it. You can come down here as well, but that's not a use to you. You can't come down these ones, they're exclusive to me. Yeah, I mean, this is the one. Right here. And this one, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess what Sledge is going to do is move here. And he's going to... Actually, he's not even going to move there. He's going to... No, he will. And he's going to move here as well for 2. And he's going to plant the Claymore.
Ooh.
In this space facing that way. So you can't come to that staircase. And then he's got 2 more. He's got 3 more movement. So he's gonna go 3, 4. He's gonna lean out for his 5th movement because that leaning doesn't block line of sight. And he's entering Overwatch. Action. And then I'm just going to quickly read your special abilities in case you got some bullshit to get through the ceiling that I can't have forgotten about.
Yeah, Rook and Pulse have this combo where Rook can locate somebody and then Pulse can shoot them.
Right. That's fine. You have to. Well, it's not fine, but you have to get to. You're very diplomatic. I mean, like, 100%. If you want him to be dead, Sledge is dead.
Yeah.
But
I have to decide what I think is actually more manageable here: killing Sledge or redoing the bomb, right?
Yeah. Oh, you have to get to the bomb is the thing.
Oh wait, is the Claymore electronic?
Oh, I hope not. Pause. That's
it's not. It's not. Feels like it should be, but.
Well, I think it's just a. I can't decide.
Lasers need electronics, right?
So Sledge is done. I never flip my guys. Unflip them. Sledge is done. And then the other guys are just gonna. I mean, they're gonna set up some sort of proximity as well. I'm just trying to make. There's no way you can get in this way, is there? There's no other staircase. I mean, this one. How fast can you run? Rook can't run.
Pulse
can
so
run
very
quick.
Fast.
Oh wait, hang on. Have I completely missed? Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, yeah, Rook can just run in there and do it.
If he lives.
Sorry. Also, I mean, okay, so this Claymore has more or less hindered Rook, but it has not stopped Pulse. Pulse can still get here, and if you defuse it, you win. I don't want you to win.
I want this. There's only 1 point in this game. 1 point if you win, and 0 if you lose. And I want that point.
I want the point. Oh, but you have to. Okay, so I think the obvious thing to do is Thermite's just going to stay where he is, and he's going to enter Overwatch. Then every single space you move towards the bomb, he will shoot you.
Seems reasonable.
And I'm going to end my turn there. And keep Blitz to reactivate the bomb. Should you deactivate it?
Sure. Okay, so I guess you've left me with very little options here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Rook first.
Is he going to tank the Claymore?
Fuck no, he's coming down here. Wait, this is not even Rook. Where's his mini? It's over here. So he's going to come here.
Yep.
And then for a point, he's going to lean. Does he get shot?
Yes, he gets shot.
Oh, God.
Pause. Okay. Sledge. This is close range. What's it is?
Yeah. But I do have cover. So you've got 1 orange and 2 red.
Yes, you cover because you're in. You actually got like super duper protection cover because you're leading from a big boy wall. Yes, right. This lightning bolt on the die on Sledge, you only get that. There's no protection whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So it's 2 red, 1 orange, and you've got -3 from the result. And you full health with Rook, do you?
Yep, I do.
So you should be fine. And you are. Oh, I got quite a good roll. I actually got 6 damage. Got 6 damage, but you three doesn't go through.
Alright, so now here's my plan. Okay, I'm throwing my last nitrous cell at Sledge.
Okay, so Sledge is dead unless you. Yeah, is there a blank on the orange?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I just saw it. But you need double blanks. In fact, you actually almost insta-kipped it.
Alright, and then 1 orange spills over onto Thermite as well.
Yeah, indeed.
Here we go.
I'm watching. Ooh, that was nearly a 3.
Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot at Thermite for my last action.
He's overwatching the wrong way.
And he's got no cover. Here we go.
Why didn't I step back? What a tactical blunder.
Gotta kill. Come on. God damn it! These fucking dice, man. I'm so angry.
Did you not kill him?
No, I did 1 damage.
Oh, God.
I did 1 damage with 2 orange dice and a red die. No, I did 2 damage with 2 orange dice and a red die.
If you'd killed him, then Pulse would have been able to run in and deactivate. Well, he would have had to wait because next time or he could run in. No, yeah, he couldn't because he couldn't have run in.
Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass the turn to you.
I'm interested in finding out what you would have done if that had worked. Right, interesting. Okay, so you can now come down here. 1. You can walk through that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can run. Yeah, but you have to use your runs. You can't do any shooting. You also can't move through me. Oh, I can just stand in the doorway. And I win. I think. So I move 1 to unlean. Move 2. 3, 4. 5. Can he run? Thank God he can run. He runs to here. And then he overwatches for his last action.
Mm-hmm.
And then wait, hang on, no, stop. Yeah, that is what I do. Yeah, because yeah. Over to you.
Yeah, so then I guess the only thing I can do is make a suicidal dash for the bomb with Pulse.
Sir Reasoner is asking, doesn't he get light protection being adjacent? I pause this here. Doesn't he get light protection being adjacent to the wall, or only for leaning? Who are you referring to? Is this when Mike shot me? Just now, a moment ago. Rook gets protection if he's shot with Blitz because Rook is leaning, but Blitz isn't leaning. Blitz is just standing in the doorway. Do you want to go ahead then, I guess? I think he might be, Sir Reasoner might be a bit behind. I think that might be why he's asking. Behind the stream.
Yeah. So wait,
Yeah,
did we work it out then? If he just makes a suicidal charge for the bomb by coming out here, he goes 1, 2,
No, so
3.
it's one to move on to that space
Okay,
actually.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
So 5, and he can already be seen. This is the problem.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can he be seen here by thermite?
Oh, not thermite. Sorry, Sledge was a different place, wasn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
Sledge was next to it here.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, we can't be. So now your movement's done. So you basically have you run 3 times and I shoot you. All 3 times.
Yeah, and I only have 5 health, so I'm pretty sure I'm dead. But I also don't think there's like the thing is like there's no other way I can kill you because I'd have to wipe out both of them. God,
Yeah, you have to kill both of them.
I can't believe how little damage I did to thermite. That's so upsetting.
Had you killed thermite, what were you? Then I would have had to.
You would have had to put Blitz facing one way, and I would have come out the other way.
No, I would have been able to face. I would have been able to face. I could have gone the corner here and gotten a shot on you.
Yeah.
You'd come this way because this way I get loads of shots on you. You'd come this way and would have been shot once only by Overwatch.
Yeah.
When you walked into here,
yeah.
And then you'd flip it, and I shoot you when you flip it. But even if I kill you, Rook is still alive.
Yeah, and the bomb that goes off.
Yeah. So actually, the answer to this question is how much that matters. If I don't kill with the first Overwatch, then that bouncy dice roll completely mattered.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and run. So off you go. Your first shot. That's
Blitz.
not right. It's not Blitz. Blitz is overwatching here. Remember?
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, that was in the scenario that yes, it's thermite. Thermite is this long range? No, it's not. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you don't have any protection, so it's yellow, 2 oranges, and a red.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I mean, well, I don't know. If you roll like I do, you'll just do 2.
Oh my god, pick him up. There we go. You're dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. God.
So I guess it didn't matter too much.
Well, Blitz does a lot less damage. But also, I might have actually, could I have killed Blitz? I mean, he's only got 4 health. I might have actually tried to kill Blitz if Thermite had died, because then I could have won that way.
Yeah, true. So I think that's game then, is it?
I think so, yeah. Cool. So let's, I'm going to
Okay.
take like 5-second comfort break, and then I'm going to come back and we can talk about it a bit.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just going to leave you doing the Chris show, if that's okay.
The Chris show, yeah! Chris
Everyone's
show,
favorite.
Chris show. This is why everyone comes. Let's break down those rounds. 22 minutes deployment for Mike. Full 10-minute deployment for me. I used my full 10 minutes the first round. Mike used 9 minutes. Mike was overall a bit quicker, with the exception of the last round where it was really clutch. Yeah, it was really close. I enjoyed how it did kind of go swingy. Not swingy. That sounds wrong. I enjoyed the way it looked devastating to Mike when I killed 2 of his guys, and then he immediately killed 2 straight back. And Sledge was super weakened as well. The one thing I am questioning, I'm not sure about, and is the whole people on the upper level having line of sight to people who are under Overwatch. Because when Doc established Overwatch in this stream, I don't actually know what you guys can see on the stream. Oh no, you guys are looking at my face, aren't you? Yeah, you are. If you remember when Doc established Overwatch on, I think it was on IQ and Sledge, and we weren't sure if it gave line of sight to the guys upstairs or not, because basically when you're upstairs you can interact with stuff in specific designated rooms, but the rulebook does say you have line of sight to everyone who is in line of sight of a teammate's Overwatch. So I do wonder if Mike should have been able to shoot them both with the guys upstairs. Because if so, that could have been very different. I mean, I think if so, he would have absolutely destroyed me, actually. Because he would have had one free shot, basically, with no cover on Sledge and on IQ at a much earlier date. So I hope not. I hope that doesn't prove to be a big deal. Reroll token. Yeah, the reroll token apparently is only for the squad play for 2 versus 2. I don't really know what it does. I assume it lets you reroll something. Oh, Mike's back. Oh, Mike couldn't hear us all that time. I assumed he could. He didn't bring his headphones with him.
Hello.
Hey. I was just saying that I'm not 100% convinced of our ruling of line of sight, people on upper floors having line of sight to people who are under Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rulebook just says they have line of sight to people under Overwatch, but the rulebook also says that people in the upper level can interact with these rooms, basically. You know, with the. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure. But there's a part of me that's worried that you should have been able to shoot Sledge and IQ at that point.
Oh, you mean because
when Doc was in Overwatch here?
Right, we're not sure that they are. I mean, so I think I think that these kinds of issues are. I mean, number one, I would expect those kinds of issues in a prototype. Mm-hmm. This is clearly far more developed than prototype because it's from a major, I guess, A-list board game Kickstarter company. And I've got us on this, actually. So Chris is actually talking about this situation when Doc was looking at these two, and he's wondering whether Rook and Pulse could have shot IQ and Sledge from inside the ceiling, because we're not sure if the condition is you have to be in a room with this and under Overwatch, or just the Overwatch thing has to be true. And yeah, I mean, it's not clear from the rulebook. And, I mean, Mythic have a history now of being dreadful at their rulebooks. They've issued replacement, rewritten rulebooks for Reichbusters at their own cost to all backers. They're working... They didn't do Gotham City Chronicles, did they? No, that's
Monolith.
That's Monolith. But they did also do Joan of Arc, and they're reissuing the entire scenario book as part of the new Kickstarter because there's some major issues in it. They're reissuing the rulebook, I think, as well, actually. Although I don't think they're doing that at cost to them. I don't know, actually, how they were handling that necessarily, but there were scenarios in there that were just completely unintelligible. Which is a shame, because I actually generally like Joan of Arc, but it kind of comes back to this. I mean, the reason I confuse it with Gotham City Chronicles is I kind of get this same impression where my initial impression of this scenario that we've done here was I quite enjoyed it. I like the real-time aspect. It is kind of goofy, silly fun, though. Like, to me, it's weirdly dicey. And maybe that's just because I was on the receiving end of it. And maybe it's bad tactical errors that I could have improved next time. I don't know. But it feels like the dice can be quite swingy. I don't know if they can be swingy enough to make a big difference. But I mean, like, I don't know if every time they swung, it felt like it was sort of around situations where I'd built in some kind of contingency plan anyway, so I'm not sure if how much it really mattered. Like, I don't think I lost this because of poor dice, but I also think that there's an element of swinginess to the dice where, if we'd both had an equally good strategy, would it have just come down to dice rolls, I
think you may have lost this because we may have got that rule wrong. I'm not sure, but I'm just rereading it, and I do have my doubts. I do think I'm not 100%. I'm not sure.
I mean,
And because if you definitely want, I think, because at that point when Doc was here in Overwatch, right, and you didn't move Doc, right, you just
no, he just stood there. He threw a grenade, and then he went to Overwatch, and that was it.
Oh, okay, that's okay. We made two mistakes. Okay, that's fine. I don't feel so guilty now, because I should have shot you after you when you entered Overwatch. That's an action. I should have Overwatched you.
Oh, okay, he would have definitely died then.
And he had 1 health, so he definitely would have died.
Yeah, 100%.
If it turns out you would have had that line of sight for the upper floor works in any room, then the answer.
Well, then, the thing is,
then you would have just entered Overwatch, hoped to survive, which you did,
yeah.
and then your Pulse and Rook would have just had free shots, no protection on IQ and Sledge, and probably destroyed them, instigate both of them. It would have been a sick play.
Yeah.
So I feel less guilty because you couldn't have done it anyway because I actually didn't take an Overwatch shot on Doc that I should have taken.
I think if anything, you should feel guilty about insta-giving Pulse. That was just, or whoever, the guy.
Who's
Mute.
that? Yeah.
Mute.
Oh, when was this? I'm trying.
That was Sledge when he was Sledge was supposed to die, and instead Mute died. You had the first shot with Overwatch, and did 6 damage.
Oh yeah. That would have changed everything. Because what would have happened there? You'd have That's just I'm interested in dissecting this. So Sledge would have Blitz was still chilling out here. Thermite was somewhere here, wasn't he? He was maybe there, was he?
So Reasoner mentions a reroll token. We only saw the reroll token mentioned in the team variant, so I don't know if it comes into play in the head-to-head. I don't think so.
No, I don't believe so either. So yeah, so if you'd survived, you'd have returned fire on me. You'd guarantee to kill them.
Yeah.
And then, do you have enough movement to move in and deactivate the bomb?
Now let me think. What was the situation here? I'd gotten to here.
It was Mute. With Mute. Pulse was over here at this point.
Yeah. And Sledge was there. Well, the bomb wasn't even deactivated at that point.
Oh, was it not?
No. No, it was. It was.
It was. Yeah, it was. Because this was after you'd killed.
Yeah, no, he would have killed.
Two of me.
He would have killed Sledge.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
that would have been it. But it just would have meant that on the final round where you just had Thermite, you would have just had Thermite and Blitz left. You know?
So I would have done the same sort of stuff. I would have set a Claymore up. I would have established Overwatch lines.
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't have had Sledge to do that. Sledge set up the Claymore.
Well, yeah, I'd have to set the Claymore with Thermite, and then have stood here. Like I could, and then I'd have to have done something like this. I would have had to maybe gone there with Thermite and gone here with Blitz, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I made a whole bunch of gaffes. But
the thing is, this would have made a difference. I think this would have made a difference because then you could have come down here, and tried to shoot. You could have leaned, shot Thermite, and then thrown a grenade at him.
Yeah. Well, I would have still probably done the same thing with Rook. Leaned, grenade, shot at Thermite.
Yeah.
But then what could happen is Mute can lean. He still can't see there, though, can he, really? But if that had killed Thermite, and again, I don't know. I was expecting to do 5 damage with 2 oranges and a red, and I just don't know what the odds of that are. Maybe the fault is mine for not understanding the faces of the die better. But,
I think either of us have actually looked at them.
I feel like, well, there's 4.
It's 1-1. The red is.
I mean, it's.
The red is 2 of each. It's 1-1, 2-2, 3-3.
Yeah, so the red always does at least 1 damage. But the oranges have 2 2s, a 1, a blank, and a 3? 2 1s?
Yeah, so it looks 2 1s, 2 2s, a blank, and a 3, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I rolled a lot of blanks on those oranges. Unfortunately. But, c'est la vie. I think it's, I think my sort of initial impression is quite positive, but I'm hesitant because I don't know about this Overwatch shooting through the ceiling with Overwatch thing. That seems a bit weird.
It does seem a bit weird, but I think it's meant to represent call-outs.
Yeah.
And I think that, bear in mind, I'd completely forgotten about it. And therefore was possibly doing things that I wouldn't, that would being foolish essentially because I've forgotten about that rule. That's.
But if they can target basically any room, then essentially the minute if you end your turn in line of sight of someone of mine that has Overwatch, then you'd be in big trouble, right?
Yes, and the weird thing is, it would work in theory even if I was here and leaning in. Like I was, like at the start of the game, we had a situation a bit like this, where you had a guy in Overwatch here, and I was leaning in. Technically speaking, if we understand those rules, if the rules work that way, then technically anyone on your guys on the upper floor now have line of sight to Thermite, and he doesn't get protection.
Well, actually, I would have had Thermite line of sight to Thermite anyway, right? Because doesn't the rulebook say that people in the ceiling have line of sight to the entryways around the blue windows?
No, it says they have. I think line of sight to these things.
Oh, I thought it was talking about maybe the light around the window.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Well then, yeah.
And that would be weird because the whole point of me leaning in like this is the fact that I have protection, right? So you can set up Overwatch, but then I have the ability to lean and exchange and have the firefight with protection. But then that's completely so. But if the rules are with line of sight from the top floor as we think they might be, then on the first turn of the game you could have just shot this guy at close range with no protection, because someone has on Overwatch can see him.
Yeah, and I mean, I had two people in the ceiling right from the beginning of the game. Like, I definitely would have done that if I'd known I could do that.
Yeah, we're not sure you can, and if you can, then I think that's weird. I don't see, because then I don't see what the hacker can possibly do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I would be shocked to know what what option you have there.
Is the answer then just you have to enter via areas that aren't guarded, so you kind of set a perimeter that forces me the long way in? Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah, maybe the idea then is that and
the only situation in which I could do this whole lean in this way would be if you'd already exhausted the two people upstairs.
I completely forgot that I could do that, but that interaction feels so weird. I'm not surprised that I didn't think it went out of my brain as a possibility.
Yeah, nor I. But overall, my first impression is reasonably positive as well. I mean, I think it's a very faithful adaptation, in my opinion, of the board game. I'm not completely sure why. The video game. I'm not completely sure why they've removed the ability to have the attackers have hidden positions. I guess because, I guess they'd be revealed very quickly because you have security cameras and stuff. But
it might just have been too much admin and faff on the board.
Yeah. But I'd be interested to hear why they thought that they decided to take that out. But I do think that the hidden movement aspect they've done with the defenders, plus the concept of locating, and once they're located, you can be shot through walls and all that. I actually think that's really captured the kind of the secrecy of positioning and movement, and the importance of sight lines and stuff very nicely. The fact they've made leaning such an important thing, and leaning is huge in Siege. Overwatch being such a thing is very important as well. Setting up those perimeters, the way they've got all the I actually didn't use the drones on this occasion, but I did use it in the practice round we played. The drone in the video game, there's like a 3-minute opening pre-game round, 3 minutes phase, where where the defenders are setting up things like the barricades and the reinforced walls. They're choosing which walls to reinforce, they're choosing where to barricade, all that kind of stuff. And during that time, the attackers are sending in drones to locate where the bomb is, or the hostage, if it's a hostage game, to locate where people are. And then and during that time, the defenders can also destroy the drones as well. But But if you don't get caught, you can also set the drone up in like a corner of a room or under a desk or something, so that when you're actually playing the game, it's at the fighty bit, you can go back to that camera to use it as well. So I think representing that in this game, in the board game, what the drone basically is you basically deploy it and you can move it 5 spaces and it pings everything in the room, and then you can shoot it through a wall. So what I used it to do in the practice round was I actually was standing over here where thermite is. The barrier was still there, and instead in this game I broke it and then just leaned in. But I basically got sledge in here and deployed a drone basically and sent it into this room via the back. Pinged the guy here, and that meant that I was able to shoot him through the barrier. So that was really cool. I do feel they've really done a really nice job of taking concepts and ideas from the video game and adapting them. I'm very pleased with how they've done that. I'm not even a huge fan of the video game, but it is good. I enjoy it. I think they've implemented it well.
But it does feel like, I mean, it's definitely quite a rules-heavy game in terms of, like, not maybe to you and I, but, you know, to your layperson. I feel like selling this to someone who's not as into board games as we are would be fairly easy. Like, let's play the SWAT game. Look, you have to defend and I come and attack. And I feel like that would get people excited. But then I feel like there's a bit too much nitty-gritty where, like, your average person might be like, oh... You know?
Yeah, no, there definitely is.
I think
it's actually very nitty and complicated.
Yeah, I think for me the most sort of bizarre bit is this being in the roof abstract concept. I think, you know, I could get out the line of sight ruler and show that to someone and they might be like, okay, this is okay. I can deal with this. But then when I'm like, but also if I have you in my Overwatch, no matter where you are, if I'm in the ceiling, I can shoot at you from the ceiling. They'll be like, okay, that's weird. And that works both ways, doesn't it?
Well, if I'm in the ceiling, then yes. Yeah, I can't decide how I feel about it. I'm worried that it's far too powerful for the defenders. But as I said, I was acting all the first half of the game, forgetting it was a thing. So maybe I just, if I was aware of it, I could work around it, right?
Yeah, I'm a bit worried that it's far too powerful altogether. Like,
well, particularly for the defenders though, because they start in Overwatch and I have to come into you. yeah, 100%. But yeah, I do think despite having so many rules, which it does, I think it does especially considering it's in prototype. I think it's doing a reasonably good job of being coherent. And I do think the rulebook, although I definitely was struggling to find things, I think the rulebook is okay, considering how complicated it is, how nitty the rules can be, and the fact that it's prototype. Taking all that into consideration, I think the rulebook is actually not too bad, and I think that if they put the effort in, it will actually be a pretty decent rulebook.
No, it'd probably be a first for them.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I am giving them a little bit of leeway because it is a complicated game, but...
Yeah, that's fair enough. And this is sort of my secondary concern, right? Which is that at the end of the day, I mean, there is strategy to it. And there are obvious, like, mistakes and better and worse choices. But also, I think it's a very dicey game. And it feels more to me like a sort of a fun beer and pretzels game than, let's sit down and play a serious sort of strategy game. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but I think unfortunately this possibly is a mark against the game or potential mark against the game, is that it's unfortunately kind of straddling that line between being a beer and pretzels game and being a deep tactical game. Mm-hmm. And I think unfortunately therefore has the potential to disappoint people on either side.
Yes, I agree with you entirely. That's what I was going to say. I think like this appeals to me because I like beer and pretzels games. I like fun dice checky games. And I quite like SWATs and Rainbow Six. That's cool.
It's a cool theme that we haven't seen really before, or at least I haven't seen before.
But I feel like the cognitive load on this game would be too much for the vast majority of people I would play beer and pretzelsy games with. And the dice make it less appealing. Like, the only time I see you and, like, me playing this is, like, with you, when we're like, well, let's have a beer and play something that's, like, a bit fun. You know, also the real time aspect. I feel like a lot of people would buckle under that. Like we don't seem
Yeah.
to have too much of a problem with it, although we were playing on Initiate.
And we were pausing a lot because we were,
Yeah.
checking rules and stuff.
Yeah,
It wasn't
checking
really,
rules and stuff. But I feel like that might just be the kind of thing you have to do. Uh, I I feel like it's going to be hard to internalize all the rules to this to the point where you're not doing that.
yeah, very hard. I
Because
agree.
it is so fussy. Like we missed some really obvious stuff, you know, which you know, just because there was a lot to take in, and you know, and we're well practiced at this. And the other thing is like, this is kind of my other concern is that you know, I quite like this. I need like $300 worth of it though. You know,
and
it kind of comes back to the Batman Gotham City Chronicles and the Joan of Arc issue, where like Joan of Arc had like some great scenarios in the core set, and then like the scenarios that were not in the core set, especially some of the expansion scenarios, were gobbledygook, unintelligible, unplayable stuff. You know, and I don't feel like the scenario here is so refined that if there is a lot of extra box stuff for this, that those are going to feel nearly so refined. And I think that this is only going to get worse the more bitty it becomes, because that dice system is so swingy.
yeah, I mean, I definitely think this one playthrough, although I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, is definitely enough for me to decide I do not want to go all in on this. As far as I can tell, the additional content is basically new maps and new operators. The operators are the big one. Especially, I think a lot of people who like the video game will kind of be caught out in the fact they're like, oh, I really like those operators, so I want to get the expansion that has those operators in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, the base game comes with. Well, actually,
Are these all in the base game? I was about to ask, or do we have the expansions here?
I think we have. No, we definitely don't have all the expansions. You get 20 operators in the base game, 10 of each side.
Okay, so we've got 5 that aren't in the base game on each side.
No, I don't think so. Because all the ones you were playing with are also here.
Oh yeah, that's right. These are bags. I forgot. I counted
So this
5.
so this is just base game. And I think 10 operators is a lot for each side.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 things. If you're playing teams of 5, how many combinations is that? I can't do that math. But
is it 5 factorial? Is that how it works? It's a lot.
it's a lot. Like, even though you're playing with 5 of them, there's 10 operators. You know, so that's a lot of options.
So you found a nice combo with Rook and Pulse.
Yeah, I thought that which was entirely accidental. I picked Rook and Doc on your recommendation, and then I just noticed that Rook and Pulse.
My recommendation from the video game, for the record.
Yeah.
Too early for math, Seggers.
It's always too early for maths. So I think like the core set is a neat thing to get for this, because you know, the only I mean, and don't get me wrong, like the only other sort of like SWAT team game I can think of is SEAL Team Flicks, which is great, but the art is hard to sell people on because it looks like ass, and also it's a dexterity game, so it's significantly different. And also I like the real-time aspect. I'm just kind of a sucker for that. I just kind of like the idea of this having a sort of a chess clock. That's really appealing. But I definitely would be hesitant to go all in on this, because I don't think I'll get it to the table often enough. I think it's got a really niche appeal, despite the fact that I think that it's kind of got the worst kind of appeal, because like I was saying earlier, I think you would be tempted to get it out at times when it probably wouldn't go down well, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about striding the line, I think the problem is you're going to have situations where you think of something very clever and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I just have to, he's going to shoot me once. Like when, and then like when you ran forward with, who was it? Hush, was it?
No, that's Pulse, yeah.
No, not Pulse. It was, no, because you were expected.
Mute.
There, Mute. And you had this whole plan, and then I just get a really lucky roll. And your idea is just gone based on a roll. Yeah,
and I mean, like, it's sort of and that's what I mean about the swingy dice, right? The fact that there's the fact that a 3 is half of a operator's health or more. You know, like the best operators have 6 health, right? The fact that there's a die in here that's reasonably common that has a 3 and a 0 on it, that means that it's, you know, 2 of those dice can do no damage or kill you. Which
Yeah, I think maybe the orange and the red should have 1-3. I think that's fine because don't get me wrong, you're meant to die super quick in this game
yeah.
in Siege. But I think maybe there shouldn't be a 3 on the orange.
Well, and that's what I mean by swingy. I don't mean, that when I say swingy, I don't mean that the what I mean by that is that the results of a single roll are capable of having great extremes, right? So you could roll 3 orange dice and do nothing or do 9 damage, and like so Pulse could theoretically one-shot people or do absolutely nothing, and that's the problem is not the one shot. I like the sense of threat, and I like the idea that getting shot at just once is very, very dangerous. The problem is when it does nothing, right? For me. If you're going to make it that kind of threat level, I don't think you can have blanks on there. Or it feels bad to have blanks on there, Because if I'm chucking a couple of orange dice and doing nothing or 1 damage when I could be killing people, and then I'm killed, it's just something you kind of have to be prepared for going into the game, but it's just very at odds with all of the careful planning you have to do otherwise. You know?
Yeah. It is the way it uncomfortably straddles that line is definitely its biggest issue at present.
Yeah.
That and obviously the very, very detailed, finicky rules. I'm hoping they'll streamline some things, make some things simpler.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, if they did, if they streamlined some things and they kind of reduced the swinginess of the dice, made them a bit more of a made them a bit more of a known effect. I mean, maybe if things did like I don't know, close range, you do 3 damage plus an orange die,
Or Difter is suggesting something like 2 blanks would cancel 2 blanks result in a hit or something like that. Maybe Difter, I maybe 2 blanks and you can re-roll one of them. I don't know, or maybe even just like some kind of like maybe like a sort of a after the like some kind of dice mitigation, like an after the fact focus. So if you shoot with your first action, you can use your second action to re-roll some of your dice or re-roll all the blank results or something like that.
Yeah.
Like there's basically no other than this re-roll token, which we can't figure out what it does. As far as I can tell, it only comes into play in the game with multiple players. I.e. The team version, which is 1v2 or 2v2. Other than this reroll token, mysterious reroll token, there's no dice mitigation whatsoever. So that's another reason why it's so swingy.
Oh, it looks like the reroll token it's under other important rules.
Uh-oh.
It just says each player gets 1 reroll token.
Just once per game, have a reroll.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I don't.
Neither of us used it.
Yeah, neither of us used it, and it's not enough.
No.
It's not enough to solve the problem.
And also, you can't use it to make the opponent reroll. You can only use it to reroll yourself. It looks like.
All the dice, or 1 dice, or a selected number.
To use it, simply announce your desire to reroll all the hit dice to which you are entitled. Then reroll the dice and accept the results of the second roll.
So that's not even that good.
No. No, because like for example, when I was 1 damage away from killing Doc, I have to reroll all of them. I can't reroll just one of them.
Yeah.
So I could have done less damage.
Well, yeah, exactly, and you have to reroll all of them, so it's not really like that's a very mild mitigation. I don't think that solves any of the problems.
I do wonder, as I said, though, if they did something like each range has a set damage plus a die to modify it.
Yeah.
Like if you're let's say you're someone who's better at long range, so at long range you do 2 damage plus a red die, medium range 2 damage and an orange die, and close range 2 damage plus a yellow die. And I would also change the distribution. So for example, I wouldn't have a 3 on the orange. Yeah. Maybe make the yellow 3 blanks, 2 1s, and a 2. Because then for example, if you're using if okay, this will kill you unless I roll a blank, or you'll know, or you'll be in other situations where you're like, okay, this definitely kills you regardless of die roll. I just think it means I understand you need that little bit of randomization to keep things interesting, but
there's a danger of it becoming too deterministic. And when I say that, what I really mean is, I don't know if necessarily being more deterministic would improve the game.
yeah.
I think that it would certainly change it significantly. It would make it a lot more strategic and a lot more sort of, a lot more chess-like and a lot less spear and princess.
And it'd have to be incredibly well balanced. And
yes,
I have no idea to what extent these operators are balanced after one play. I mean, something interesting you to remember is that as an adaptation of a video game of a tactical first-person shooter, this can only adapt this is attempted, and I do think largely, from what I've seen, succeeds in adapting the tactical element of movement, lines of sight, locating enemies, entry points, all that stuff is adapted. It's adapted that aspect of it well, but the other aspects that it cannot adapt is first-person shooter skills, reaction times, observation skills, etc. And so basically it's being able to adapt, as I say, I think successfully adapted the tactical decision making and movement, but when it comes to the actual other skill that's present in the video game, it's had no choice but basically just to make it a dice chucker.
Well, that's why SEAL Team Flicks is the superior game, because it's a dexterity game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you move by flicking discs around, and you shoot by flicking bullets.
I mean, that is the closest thing you can do to replicate first-person shooter skills in a board game.
Do you know, this actually reminds me, I only played the Rainbow Sixes before they were Siege, but it actually reminds me more of this old action point turn-based thing called SWAT. Like, way back in the day. I don't know if they ever adapted that into a first-person shooter, but there was an old game called SWAT, which looked a lot like this. It was a mat of a building, and you'd have SWAT.
It's on a video game, was it?
Yeah, it's a video game.
I think I may vaguely remember that.
And you had, like, operatives, and you'd move them in and take actions and spend action points to do stuff, and they could go on Overwatch and all kinds of stuff. A lot like XCOM, but, with SWATs.
Yeah.
But that kind of gameplay style. Yeah. But like I said, there's a lot here I do like. I like the real-time thing probably more than I should, because I just like that stuff. I like the SWAT theme, and my main concern is the price point versus how often I'll actually get to play it.
The one thing I just want to mention about the real-time aspect, which I also quite like, but I wonder, is it possibly a sort of a crutch to make the decision, to make the decisions feel more tactical than they actually are, by putting that time pressure on them?
Yeah, I think that the time pressure adds quite a lot, and it would definitely seem less appealing without that. In terms of, like, it would seem less dense maybe, but
yeah.
I mean, and I suppose maybe that's the other thing with the having these FUTSy rules. If the rules were too simple, then the time pressure would be less intense. But you can always reduce it, I suppose. But I think that it's like it's an incredibly fine knife edge to walk between the rules being too FUTSy and no fun, and the rules being not too simple, and
not tactical,
and the time pressure not being the time pressure not being threatening enough.
Yeah. On the point on the conversation of price point, all in is $269 or £194, and it comes with 5.
I thought it was 89.
89 what?
Dollars.
No, 269. But the base level is only $69, which is £50. So £50, you get the 20 operators. I think the base game looks like it might be potentially, a decent investment if you like what you see here. but I definitely, from playing it, would definitely not be going all in. Because I just won't. Because you'd have to play it so much to get your money's worth out of those operators, you know.
You can ramp up the. I suppose it depends how many other maps it comes with, because the core set's 2 maps, right?
And that's what I'm just checking here. It's 1 double-sided board, 2 environments. Yeah. 10 operators, cardboard obstacles, which is fine, and then the increase is.
There's colored minis, right?
Yeah, you get all the minis. Yeah, you say colored minis. What do you
mean?
Yeah,
are the minis not orange and blue?
No, well, sorry. In the depiction, they're grey. Oh, they are. No, you're right. I'm sorry, it's my colorblindness. They are slightly colored. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, cool. They look slightly tinted. Yeah.
Let's see if I can bring this up the Kickstarter page.
And then there's a $199 pledge and a $269 pledge. And the difference between those, the $199 pledge seems to have all the gameplay content, and then the one that says that's $69 more comes with a laser pointer for line of sight, which feels like it'd be less helpful than the rulers.
Yeah.
It comes with like a dice tray, and it comes with plastic obstacles and furniture, etc. So actually, gameplay all in is $199 or £143. And they've already unlocked the day 1 and day 2 stretch goals. Have upgraded the bulletproof cameras and the regular cameras to these plastic standees, which look a bit nicer. And then just trying to see, the first expansion comes with 8 operators, and if you need to play with them. And there's another 8 operator expansion. There's another 8 operator expansion. There's a 4th 8 operator expansion. There's a 5th expansion, which has 6 operators. And then there is a map pack, which has 1 double-sided game board and a mission guide. And then there's another map pack, which again has 1 double-sided game board and a mission pack, and they come with their relevant obstacles. So basically, if you get everything, you get 3 double-sided boards making up 6 environments, 3 mission guides, and goodness knows how many operators. What is it? 20 plus 8, that's 28, plus 8 is 36, plus 8 is 42, plus 6 is 48, so 48. It's a lot of operators.
48 operators. Oh, God.
That's too
Because the thing is as well, like if I'm playing with a bunch of people and they're like, oh, I want to be this guy, I want to be this guy, this minute, they're going to be like, they're not going to care. Like, most of them are not going to care what the miniatures do. Most of them are probably just going to be like, this one looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're going to be like, what does it do? And I'm going to have to learn 48 if I want to explain it properly.
Even if they do care what they do, wouldn't you rather, if someone hasn't played the game before, wouldn't you rather give them 10 and say pick 5 than give them 26 and pick 5?
I'd rather give them, like, 6 or 7 and say pick 5.
Yeah. Well, there are actually recommended operators for each scenario, so you can just do that as well.
Oh, but Valkyrie looks cool, and she's in an expansion. God damn it.
That's the thing, and if you know the game... So Richard, my friend, really likes Siege a lot. He's the person I've played it with. He's played it much more than me, so he's a lot better than me. And this would definitely... Like, he'd definitely be excited about this. I've briefly spoken to him only to, like, tell him it exists, and he says he's going to check it out. I don't know if he'll back or not. I think he's just entered that stage of his collection where he's like, oh my god, I have so many board games and not enough space. I need to stop backing and buying everything. So he has just recently entered that phase, he's doubled. Before I would say, oh, this IP you like has a Kickstarter, and he just texts me saying, yeah, I've backed it now. Whereas now he says, okay, I'll check it out and I'll have to see. If this was a year ago, he'd have backed this already, all in, because he likes the IP. But at this price point, and I'll definitely tell him. I'll tell him the feedback that I have on it. I suspect he might just go. If I was a betting man, I think he's gonna go basic level pledge.
Yeah, I mean
that's my guess.
Just to William in chat says the line of sight laser displays a whole laser line on the board, not just a little dot. Yes, of course. Otherwise, it would be useless. But
Yes.
Sorry, William. A lot of people might not actually know that. It's true. They might not have seen the laser line ones. We used to use those when we played competitive X-Wing, and in the end, we always wound up measuring with cardboard, and you weren't allowed to use them during official tournaments because I don't know. They're just they never felt 100% accurate. They're kind of odd. Thematically, they kind of fit in with the game, though, I guess, because guns have laser sights, and that's neat. So I don't know. I mean, for $25 though, you can buy one for much less than that just at your local store. Like, that's not a good price. Just because it's got the logo on it, I don't think that's worth it. The 3D terrain, like, I would not want to get rid of all this wonderful printed cardboard.
That's the interesting
for
thing.
The gray plastic shit.
Exactly. They provided 3D plastic terrain in a game where they've already provided actual 3D cardboard terrain.
Yeah, unless you're some kind of amazing painter
and you love painting,
and you want to paint a bunch of couches, this seems like a terrible idea.
And if you're a really good painter and love painting, then surely you've got enough backlog already that you don't need to paint this furniture.
Yeah, I mean, you can save 70 quid just by not getting this gunk. I don't think that this all-in is at all worth it. What is this bag? Why is there a bag here?
What bag? I didn't see a bag.
Yeah, the gameplay all-in comes with a dice tray, an extra set of dice in a bag. But
dice bag.
Is it a dice bag?
I assume so. It's depicted next to the dice, right?
Yeah, but neoprene, additional dice set, line of sight laser. Doesn't mention here at all what it is. We have to go find it in the add-ons or something. But also, though, if you are going to back this at any level, get the extra set of dice.
We know from experience.
Yeah. Oh, the bag comes with it. It just comes with the extra set of dice.
Oh, okay.
So you're basically paying $70 for this 3D decor set, the line of sight laser, and the neoprene dice tray, which is actually and the additional dice set. So you're getting $15 off, but you're buying like $65 worth of crap.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're buying. Yeah, I think this is very easy all-in pledge to avoid not go in for.
Yeah, I think the Trooper pledge might be tempting if you're super into the game, something like that.
And I think I do think the fresh recruit pledge. I mean, I think 50 quid plus shipping. I mean, Mythic in my experience have been reasonable with shipping, actually. I remember when Super Fantasy Brawl Phase 2 was very reasonable with shipping, and Phase 1 ended up costing more than they expected, and they offered everyone the opportunity to cancel for free if they wanted to. Or not cancel for free, but cancel and just get a refund instead, or they could pay the new shipping cost, which was the right way to deal with that. So I think 50 quid plus shipping at a reasonable rate, which presumably it will be, is I think you're getting a decent game for 50 quid. I think you're getting 50 quid worth of game, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, I think at 143 quid, I don't know. Although I would argue you still have to fork out a £5 or £8 or whatever for the extra dice set. So you're probably looking at 55, 60.
Oh, you could definitely manage that, the extra dice set. I don't think I'd bother if I was getting it. How many dice does it come with, the base game?
7.
7? What's the distribution there?
3 yellows, 2 orange, 2 red.
I don't think any of the base guys would ever roll more than that, would they?
No, but imagine you've got 2 characters on Overwatch, right? You have to pause the timer, and now you have to roll the dice to shoot at me, and then you have to give me the dice, and I have to roll them to shoot at you. It's just I find, I don't know why, I find that having your own pool of dice, so you don't have to pass the dice around the table, to be a very pleasing thing.
I can understand wanting them. I don't think it bothers me as much as it bothers you having to pass dice around.
To be fair, in this kind of head-to-head game, it's much less of an issue. Whereas if you're playing like the 2v2 mode or something, that would be more...
That'd be more annoying. Yeah, then you want one for each team. I mean, I remember, for example, in Conan, I remember that they literally didn't have enough dice. There would be times you'd be making an attack and wouldn't actually have the correct dice. Mm-hmm. So that drives me insane.
Yeah, you
But
have to like have a free reroll.
as far as I can tell, they have provided enough dice that you can always roll the appropriate number of dice for your action. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have.
we didn't see anyone that had 4 yellow dice on their
There's
attack.
three. There's 3 yellows. There's 2 reds. There's 2 oranges. But there's never 3 oranges, 3 reds, or 4 yellows. So, yeah. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
If you hate passing dice around, then yeah, sure, definitely get extra dice pack.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I guess we're giving a recommendation of value to the base pledge, and a report of we enjoyed ourselves. That's definitely what I'm giving.
Yeah, but I think with the heavy caveat that this is a game for me, this kind of falls actually into kind of the same category to an extent as Black Rose Wars. You know, it's got like a heavy hobby learning curve, but then the output is not like a sort of a heavy hobby game. It's more of a fun and goofy game. And I have a soft spot for those because I like fun and goofy games, and I also like games that are quite hobby. But they are. I mean, you'll testament to this. Black Rose Wars is very hard to get to the table, and this will be too. You'll need the right group in the right mood.
This will be easy to get to table because because I think it's best played at 2.
Yes.
And especially
Well, I
if
mean,
you only...
that's another part of the caveat, really. It's a 2-player game.
Yeah. Well, you can play it with 4, but
I can't imagine.
I think and the base game is just 1 box, whereas Black Rose Wars... Well, is the base game Black Rose Wars 1 box? I guess it is.
It is, yeah.
And there are a lot of bits in this game, a lot of bits and pieces.
I mean, the one thing about Black Rose Wars, I guess, is that there's the sort of the offering of the 10 schools of magic, and you can swap those in and out. So the expansions, I don't know why that feels better to me than the extra operatives here. But
yeah,
I think it's maybe the sort of the concept of deck building during the game, rather than something about that is more appealing maybe than the idea of just having this enormous pool that you have to pick from at the start. You know?
Yeah, I mean, Black Rose Wars just feels more tactical than this. I think, but like we keep saying, this feels like a this feels like a beer and pretzels game that has a weird amount of tactical depth to it, and that those two things are completely at odds and are going to end up disappointing people who wanted on both sides of that fence. Black Rose Wars, I think, has picked a side in that battle better.
Yeah, slightly better. I mean, to be fair, there is an event deck in Black Rose Wars that can be quite swingy, but it's not as... I don't think it's as bad as the hit dice in this.
Yeah.
And the oh no moments in Black Rose Wars typically come from when someone did something you didn't expect. You've programmed the wrong cards, or now you've got to figure out what to do with your program. Sorry to keep making this comparison and not talk about how Black Rose Wars is actually played, but on the stream. But sticking to this, like the thing about the dice is that could feel like, you know, you took a risk that shouldn't have been as bad as it was, and you were heavily punished for something that maybe you shouldn't have been. But Difter's also right regarding the dice thing. Regarding the dice thing, because there's no defense dice, you know, and you just take the damage. You don't need to worry about sort of comparing an attack and a defense roll, so that makes having fewer dice much more palatable or reasonable. But yeah, I mean, I think but also with the idea that before I back this, I want to play it one more time, fully aware of this weird rule, Overwatch in the ceiling rule.
There's a few, and also the whole thing about the mute disruptors. I'm pretty sure we played that right.
Yeah, I think we did play that right. It was just unfortunate that I only learned that after I'd done all the deployment. So I definitely set up the cameras and my defensive stuff pretty suboptimally.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's I mean, it feels like there's a good learning curve here because, you know, in the first game you got mullered, and then you learned a lot, and you came back and did a lot better in the second game. And that's a good sign. It means that there is an amount of skill and heuristics to parse.
Yeah, definitely. And now, I'm definitely game happy to play this again with you. Trying to get a bit more info on how we feel about it. Definitely. My takeaway from this one playthrough is I enjoy playing it. I'm very eager. I'm not eager. I'm happy to play it again. I want to play it again, and I do think it looks like the 50 quid investment might seem like a decent, worthwhile investment if you like either the video game or the look of this.
Yeah,
or both.
Oh, the look of what you've seen. I mean, and that's the final point I would make is that I feel like it's short enough that it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's not. Mm-hmm. It's like you got. I mean, 30 minutes to deploy as the defender feels like too much, but also I didn't use it all, and you don't have to use it all. And then we played like 3 or 4 rounds. And I mean, our whole playtime was probably about an hour.
Yeah, I've been learning the game since mid afternoon today. So I've been full on with Rainbow Six Siege since board game for the last good 8 or 9 hours, and I've had a really good time learning it and teaching it and playing it. So that's positive. It's a good time I've had with it so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you would like to see us have a rematch, leave a comment down below. Suggest operators you'd like to see us to play from the core set. Well, maybe we can do a rematch on the channel, and we can play the roof rule correctly and see if that doesn't change our opinions on it. But otherwise, I think that kind of wraps up our final thoughts for the evening. And thanks everyone so much for watching, as usual. Our... Oh, this is now Lost Ruins of Arnak, apparently. How did this happen?
Plus one for rematch from Difter.
How do I have multiple screens called this exact screen, but with different art?
I was sad to miss the Arnak playthrough, actually, because I still haven't managed to play that game as a result. Because you and Johnny had already played that together.
There we go. Yeah, it's true. We did Lost Ruins of Arnak. That was a good one. It would have been fun with 3, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So next week, you have to decide if you want to rematch with this or if you want us to go back and finish up Gloomhaven.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know in the comments below. Maybe I'll put out a poll on the Patreon as well. Oh, that's right. We have a Patreon where you can support this content and stuff, and you get to have a say in what we play and what I film, and you can email me or message me directly on Patreon, and I'm way better at responding to those messages than I am at other stuff. Promise. It's true. Ask the patrons. But thanks everyone so much, and to all the patrons in chat, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. And we'll be back. I'll be back this weekend. I'm actually playing... I'm going to play the Terraforming Mars game on Sunday with Paul Grogan on Gaming Rules. So I'm going to do that. But I'll do Ancient Chronicles next as well, provided I get my head around that rulebook. I'm still working on it. I've been reading so many rulebooks, Chris. So many rulebooks.
Well, I'm glad I took the weight off this one for you then.
Yeah, this was a nice... it was nice to be taught. And so thanks everyone so much, and have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of your week. And I'll see you all. This doesn't have the. Oh, it does. And I'll see you all on the weekend.
I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.